bela tuh T1 main tuh. Kalau musuhnya blunder bisa. Bisa. Kalau blunder bisa. Kalau T1 nggak bisa. Udah kalah blunder lagi, bodoh. Itu kalau udah kalah blunder bodoh nian. Sumpah. Anjing. Champion masih baru ku bilang jangan storyan masih bejibun. Betul dong. Udah kuat Jayan dan map Koyan. Orang progresnya udah 100 ya, progresnya 30 semua, Cok. Aku pengen main Valorant dulu, Cok. Match, 2 match. Sematch dong sih kayak. 4 lah. 1 match sempat sih kalau musuh surrender 2 kali. Menaikkan level dulu, Cok, baru hihihi. Bayangin, Cok, akun platin, akun immortal bay gak sampai 2 juta, Cok. Aku sih 3 juta, Cok. Silver, kenapa silver mahal bet? Kenapa orang-orang yang skin banyak tuh skin ranknya silver? Beli skin doang. Cuma beli skin aja kerjanya. Anjing, pagi-pagi fracture, Cok. Wah, di dodge. Ente baru sampai Rena langsung di dodge. Fracture lagi. Habis Sao Paulo nih yang ini kan, Pacific League, America League, Brazil, Europe League itu kan. Baru Master yang Tokyo ya. Baru Master loh. Master kan hitungannya besar. Enggak lah. VCT 2023 Master. Iya, di Tokyo. Valorant Master. Cuma di Tokyo. Yang dari VCT Lock-in Sao Paulo ini 5 tim diambil. Amerika 5 tim. Ini Amerika banyak nih. Oh enggak. Yang menang Sao Paulo diambil 1. Pasifik 1, 2, 3 tim Pasifik. Cina 2 tim. Woi, Cina aja. Anjay. Belum. Cuma negara aja. Kalau Pasifik ini kan ya berarti semua.
Halo, gabut guys.
Baik.
Nah ini masih copyright jadi entahlah dulu dia.
I see. EMEA League, Pacific League, America League ini buat qualifier. Buat masuk Master Tokyo. Ada nggak sih turnamen ini Irong, Cok? Kita ikut aja, Cok.
Kita bisa tetap kalah, Cok.
Turnamen Irong, Cok.
Tetap kalah. Musuhnya lebih parah pasti. Kayak ininya.
Smurfernya.
Kita anak-anak plat. Tak bisa, Bang.
Kira ini turnamen ranked Cok, lama-lama Cok.
Ini Pacific League. Oh.
Pacific League itu qualifier-nya. Yang Amerika Pacific itu
menang,
qualifier. Masuk Tokyo.
DRX.
3 tim.
DRX.
Yalah.
Global
Paper X.
Sport, Paper X.
Udah pasti 3 itu doang Cok kalau dari Pasifik Cok.
Global
Siapa lagi, Cok?
Sport. RRQ.
RRQ masuk. Aduh, mana mungkin.
Masuk, Bang. Masuk buat.
RRQ.
Menang, Bang. RRQ jago, Bang. Yang gitu.
Jago ya.
Lawan pistol kalah, Bang.
It's going to be
Makanya,
absolutely wild. Fnatic as well, having undergone some changes, looking like a bit of a powerhouse. Going to be looking to challenge those former champions on the side of Sentinels, take them down.
Ini Aretet maju be, enggak usah takut.
On the horizon, so we'll see how that goes.
It's going to be an awesome day, but yesterday though we
Kalau Kompe
had
baru
3
majunya mikir.
first-round matches, which means
Wih, hanya kosong
unfortunately
nian.
teams are out in this single elimination format competition. But first, let's talk about Vitality going the
Waduh, baru
distance
ngekill
against
langsung aja.
Global Esports, and what a great game that was, both to show Vitality really pulling through at the end, but also to see what this experiment with Global Esports was capable of doing.
Yeah, it started so strong for Vitality, the absolute just sheer savants.
Eskarosi.
They managed to take him coming alive on Pearl.
Yeah, it was a really good run back, and that's exactly what you want to see as a team that does not crumble after getting slaughtered on a first map. It was a great run back. Still a decent performance as well going into that final map of Lotus.
Eskarosi kemarin juga
Need a
lumayan.
little bit more time. They had that Vitality core that's been together for a while.
Headed on to the introduction of
Team Ace.
Esports and RRQ on an international stage, and what was fantastic on Lotus, they looked so incredibly coordinated. Kiwi was playing out of his mind, offing on Neon, running in on these gambits, doing it all. But again, it was another one of these games where it looked like it was going to be a rally back. RRQ came into Pearl with this idea of just being as cringe as possible with their B post plans, and it worked in the first half.
Sentinel
Yeah, had it in the
menang.
first half.
Not gonna lie.
And then
2-0.
and then
Ayo, let's go.
real
Fnatic.
Pansy and I were losing
Sentinel
our minds
21,
on that
21.
They would do some
Sentinel
wild
2, Fnatic
stuff.
1.
This was the
Let's
banger
go,
of the day.
Fnatic.
100 Thieves versus
Dah,
EDG.
Fnatic kalah.
I
Menang,
think a lot
bos.
of people thought this was going to be a lot more one-sided, but
blunder.
EDG, good God, they showed
Kiju's
up
just-
to
He's
perform.
my favorite player.
Kiju was phenomenal.
Feelingnya sih Fnatic blunder ya.
Jet also just
Enggak,
wild.
Bang.
And
Jangan,
G2,
Bang.
I don't know,
Fnatic
just
aja
some
menang, Bang.
divine intervention. He is God's gift to Valorant. I don't know how that man is so incredibly good,
He's
but
blessed.
Stellar was too. Stellar was
Cuman
having,
feeling
like,
ini tak bisa
a
dipercaya,
matching,
Cok.
if not even better performance to keep 100 Thieves in.
Loh,
The game almost slipped
musuhnya
away from them,
hebat lah
but they
kalian.
came back at the last second. I mean, yesterday was just a day of crazy.
Waduh, dipisau Cok musuhnya sama tim aku Cok.
Opening matches.
Anjing.
Yeah, I have been just shocked.
boleh
with
gitu,
we
guys.
come into
Nggak
this competition,
boleh.
you know, everyone online is like, my
Ini
God, this
ini
is gonna be a
tidak
2
tidak ada
hour
ini
round,
Cok.
this team should
Tidak
be
ada balance ya Cok.
That's
You know-
actually just me talking.
or that. And we were really treated to some special matches, and I think we got to see a lot out of Footballers, we got to see a lot out of RQ, EDG proving that that team is definitely the pride of the Chinese region.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yang
be awesome.
T1
Let's
tuh jam
go ahead
3 kan?
and take a look at
T1
the
jam
Omega
3.
bracket and see how our Valorant pizza is filling out
Otak
here.
habis dah lah.
Because
Dua
as you
match
can
doang
tell,
kok.
we have 2 more matches today, and oh my goodness, 2 matches
Oh
that
my
you're gonna
goodness.
wanna just strap in and get ready for, because this is going to be exciting. We got Sentinels versus Fnatic. That's going to be an America's EMEA clash. And then
dia.
the Pacific takes the stage once again. T1 versus Furia here in
Cok,
Brazil.
gak mau dihil aku Cok sama tim sendiri Cok. Adam pendek, Adam pendek.
It is.
Musuhnya.
I mean, they're gonna have that whole
Musuhnya ada
bounce
pendek,
back
Cok.
behind them as well. The Brazilians cheering for the
Fnatic.
Brazilians, so T1 got a
Fnatic.
lot to deal with. So we'll see if they're gonna be up to task. Pacific has overall been looking quite strong here at this event, but can they make it through the next round?
Let's
Or is
go,
it really
Fnatic.
gonna be secret in that role? We'll have to wait and see.
That'd be wild. Again, we're just kind of getting
Oh,
think,
Oni
surprises
Phantom,
from
I
a
like
lot
this,
of
I
these
like
regions,
this.
especially like EMEA on a live region again. That's pretty cool to see.
Pasti
They've
banyak bacot
actually
dulu
sent
Cok.
out some
12 tuh
solid
belum
teams
langsung
this
mulai
season.
Cok. Yakin
Yeah,
lah.
I think that
Jam
T1
12 baru
Furia
mulai.
is gonna be a sleeper. Everyone's
Enggak, 12 tuh pasti masih ngebacot dulu. 12.5 tuh baru mulai.
I tell you what though, this event has genuinely been.
Enggak, 12 ini, Cok. Playernya masuk dulu.
Guys,
Jam
you know,
12 tuh baru masuk.
baru
band-band.
I'm wiped. How you guys
Baru
feeling?
band-band. Ada siapa yang mau nonton band, Cok?
Aku, Bang.
It's too much for my brain to process.
It
Like,
drains your energy.
you just need a little nap sometimes.
You know what? Actually, Mimi and Steph, why don't you guys go ahead, just take a little
You know what?
nap
I'm
here
just
on the
gonna
desk.
recline back in my
Yeah,
Good idea.
sponsor-branded Secret Lab chair.
yeah. You know.
Cok, sumpah tim aku bodoh nian, Cok, dari mau masuk, Cok.
I never go to
Padahal
bed.
itu masuk enak nian, Cok.
I really want a bedtime story.
Uncle GV, please.
Well,
Need it.
here you go, kids.
Memang, Cok.
Let me tell you
Bodoh,
the
Cok.
story
Dibawah itu,
of
Cok.
Sentinels and Fnatic.
Babe, Omen mati, Omen. TPK itu.
That's right. Here we go. It all started with Sentinels and Fnatic.
Waduh, ini grand final nih.
Reykjavik
Apa?
2021.
Udah,
Sentinels
kasih
went
cerita-cerita deh.
undefeated throughout the entire
Aku
tournament.
kan harus lihat YouTube
No
kalau
one
bisa.
has done it
Tidak lah.
ever since. Do you guys
Aduh,
remember
like nanti.
when Tens
Apa nih,
had one of the
ini ya,
most
nonton sendiri.
amazing performances on land of
Nanti.
all
I
time?
watched that. I
Nanti
fucking
aku
love
nonton.
Tens. It was so good.
Watch your mouth there, kid. This is the children's show.
Children's show.
It won't happen again.
Okay, moving on though. But here's the thing with Sentinels. Things then took a dark turn.
Gampang, Cok, nanti tinggal ku stream ke sini aja.
Right, they
Pas
didn't
udah mulai, yuk.
make any changes for quite some time. They struggled to adapt and got left behind. 2022 was a frightening year for
Pandala
them.
skin.
They
Pala dulu,
disappeared
killjoy-nya banyak
into
skin nih.
shadows
Yakin aku nih.
sadness and despair until
Ah,
now.
apa nih?
What? I mean,
Uncle GV,
Oi.
What about Fnatic?
Oh, well, I'm so glad
Plup,
you
plup.
asked, young Seth.
Tapi udah di-upgrade pelupnya. Aduh, bodoh.
Well, here's the thing. After Fnatic lost at the
Yang nggak
Reykjavik
di-upgrade.
finals, they took a different path. They made moves left and right with their
Apa, Cok,
roster.
peluk-peluk gak di-upgrade, Cok?
strategy
Tidak ada suara
changed.
peluk-peluknya.
That's right, they were favorites heading into 2022, but then they never made it to a final again.
Guy out there, am I telling the story or are you?
Seth, let him talk.
Sorry, Uncle GV.
But they never made it to a final ever again.
And never again?
Never.
Surely both these teams can't have a sad ending. There
can't
has
be
to
the
be a different
finish.
ending to the book.
Well, my children, that's
Sumpah,
the
ada tim aku, Cok,
because
itu
the
bisa
final
masuk. Dia tak
chapter
mau masuk ya.
hasn't been written yet. Sentinels and Fnatic will meet for the first time since
Matilah kau, Bang. Wall kayak itu, Bang.
today.
It really is a fairy tale.
Yo.
How do you want this story to end? Why don't you go ahead and tell
Killjoy-nya
us
skin
today's
doang, Cok.
poll
Banyak, Cok.
question.
Pisaunya VCT.
If the chat's not spamming cringe, I'm disappointed
bodoh.
in each and every one of you. Do you want a Sentinels win? Do you want a
Tanya bodoh,
Fnatic
Cok.
win? Or do you heckin' love tens?
Pisaunya
Or
sih
is
VCT
it
lock in ya. Otaknya otak apa, Cok?
time?
What does
Scan
that
the
mean?
it's Power Rangers reference. Scan the
Riya.
QR code.
Bayangin, Cok, teman kau ke A planting, dia ke B, Cok, jalan-jalan.
Mimi, are you serious?
I'm sorry. I just
Relax.
grew up 6 years
Killjoy,
old. I'm for a
Killjoy.
bedtime story.
Sehat
How
lah
am I
kau,
going to
Killjoy.
understand the
Oh.
reference? How
Eh,
many
di
more
4.000.
stories do you have in the book? That book is thick.
I have quite a few, and obviously all good tales are told
Udah
in
pulpuk
comic
yang tak
books.
di-upgrade lagi, tak respect,
Anyway,
tak
make
respect.
sure you use the hashtags for VCT Lock-In and VCT, of course, and we'll put your tweets on the broadcast. And if you want to react to that segment, God bless. In any case, though, we're
Sumpah
gonna
dah,
step away
kenapa
for a
aku
quick
nincar
minute.
terus?
And then when we come back, we're going to break
Yeah.
down one of the most hype matches of all of VCT Lock-In, Sentinels versus Fnatic. We'll see you on the other side.
Udah lah, Bang.
Sudah lah, Bang.
Udah lah, Bang.
Sudah lah, Bang.
Terus aku liatnya, Bang. Ini pentingnya, Bang.
Sudah lah, Bang.
Temannya plan ke B, dia masih di A, Bang. Santai-santai, Bang.
Sudah.
Terus komen aku Immortal 4, Cuk. Immortal 4, Immortal episode 4, Cuk.
Immortal 4 keren juga. Mau dong ajarin caranya.
Enggak, Immortal episode 4, cuman mainnya lebih buruk daripada Silper, Cuk. Masih mending saya, Cuk, main, Cuk.
Real.
Bodoh, Immortal kayak gitu M-nya, Cuk. M kaki, Cuk. Anjing, Sagenya yang Irong aja menang, Cuk, lawan kau. Matilah kau, Sage. Sagenya clutch, gigi. I love you, Sage. Pandal skin.
Woi, lagunya Bang baru sadar.
I want Omen. I want Omen. I want your skin, Omen.
Di pala, Cok.
Nice immortal, bro. Aim like dog shit.
Wih.
Waduh, Radiant nomor 1, cukup tau lah. Kata-kata saganya dia Radiant nomor 1, cukup tau lah.
Keren bang.
Be Sentinels
Radiant main
versus
kayak gitu.
Fnatic, and
Immortal main
what
kayak gitu.
sucks genuinely is that we're going to lose one of these teams in the first round of the tournament. This feels like a cruel joke.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, C9, Paper X, is sometimes parting is such sweet sorrow, but unfortunately...
Paper udah kalah bang, yang disebut
Breaks my
terus,
heart. But
kasihan.
first, so let's talk about this new and improved Sentinels.
Sumpah, jump shot. Bodoh nih yang cowok Omennya, cowok.
Very different team from
Omen,
last
Omen,
year.
bang.
Just nuts
Dia
to see
immortal
the
atau apa,
Saints
Cok?
wearing those
Betul,
jerseys.
bang.
Yeah, I mean, Sentinels, they pick up Cyclo as their coach, and they started cooking. They pick
Mau
up two
katain, Cok.
world champions, Sasi and Penkata.
Piniknya Diamond lagi.
Alongside Depth, alongside
Baru Diamond,
second,
bang.
coming that set roster, and then of course that
Udah si
foundation
Diamond
there
udah cukup
in
sih harusnya.
tens. This is a very terrifying team on paper. But
Udah,
again, as
bayangin
we've seen so
kok
many
Diamond
times
main kayak
now,
Silver,
a lot
Cok.
of those powerhouse
Silver-
rosters we have seen in
Silver
sport,
jago,
they're not
bang.
coming together once they take the stage.
It feels like for
Atut
Sentinels,
aku,
they
bang.
finally had a switch in mentality.
Im
Kawan
kau
kita.
kaki, Cok, bayangin,
The
Cok.
story was the culture is bad. This team isn't trying enough. They're
Kapan
not
lagi,
doing
Cok,
enough
ada
coaches.
Silver
They're not
macam itu,
adapting
Cok.
to the meta.
Yeah.
That was what everyone was saying about them. And the organization completely switched for 2023. They started with the coaches. They built from the ground up, picked up players one by one, and are assembling a completely new roster with a new culture from scratch, which is
Ya,
bound to have
mode-mode
brand
serius.
new expectations.
Yeah, and also there was
Anjing, aku datang ke sini, kalian semua datang sini, Cok. Dari masuk dari sana.
Really fascinating about this because one of the things that I asked him
Enggak
was,
dia lah.
did you just get on this team
Aku
because
pakai
you know,
tali
you're
ke
back in
seberang, mereka
Sentinels?
ikut semua
And
ke
he was
seberang.
like, no, Cycle was actually trialing players. He was uncertain if he was going to even be on Sentinels for
rotating.
this year. The
Yeah,
whole team
rotating
was under
to
the
A.
impression that the only person staying was Dapper, which is, you know, again, Dapper, incredibly talented player, no doubt. But the fact that you had a player like Tens trialing goes to show the culture
Pasti
in this
kalian
team is
nyari
completely
A.
I think it's really important because the previous accomplishments...
Pasti kalian nyari aku,
Really had in the
Rina.
past, that's a great thing.
Haha,
It means
Rinanya kena
nothing for this
bokong.
team now, right? How good of a player are you now? How well can you fit into the team? How coachable are you? That was what was important for Sentinels heading into this year, and I think it's a great mentality
Ya,
shift.
one tap nih.
Yeah, and I think just having those trials as well just helps to make sure that you are building a cohesive unit of a
Yeah.
squad rather than just saying.
Bentar,
"This
ganti
is good,
crosshair,
this
ganti
is
crosshair."
good," cramming them together and hoping that you get magic from it.
Yeah, and also for Tens, right?
Anjing,
This is
Bridge-nya
gonna
ulti,
force
Cok.
him to reinvent himself. He's playing new roles on this team. He's changing things up, and I
One
think
tap.
it's a very good arc for him as an individual player and for this team.
Yeah, well, in one of the arcs that I've been really fascinated with has been Sasi and Pinkata, right? My bald
Sumpah,
brethren,
Pre.
but most
Goblok
importantly,
nih yang Cok, musuhnya,
when we
Cok.
actually had that opportunity to talk to him.
Aku kena ulti Bridge masih bisa
he
one
said
tap,
that
Cok.
playing in NA, like he accomplished his goal
Yeah.
in Brazil. He won a championship for
I
his
love
country.
4-second
So now
crosshair
he's
the
like, I want to
most.
do something that I never thought I'd have an opportunity to do. And he's now on this Sentinels lineup, and he brought his
nggak
boy
mau beli
Pinkata with him. And also of note,
Ya, cukup.
Pinkata has been learning English every single day after scrims for a few months now. The work that these two guys are putting in to make this roster happen is nothing short of impressive.
It has been incredibly impressive. And when we got to see this team in the offseason, we got that sample at the Ludwig Tarek Invitational. I think a lot of people were disappointed in the coordination. They only had a week of practice. It was Penkata's first team in English. All this stuff wasn't quite working. But what was working was the individuals. This duo of Sasi and
jangan, Cok.
Penkata was absolutely excellent, as we've come to expect from them. They are world-class championship-winning players.
Wah, anjing pakai
It's
OP.
surprising, you know, they get picked up by an org like Sentinels. They say, you know what, we want to have a powerhouse team. Let's get some championship wins. Let's get some recency as far as the international stage is concerned. So they flesh that out with depth in second, and then Tens earns his spot back here onto the roster. So incredible story. I'm looking forward to seeing how
OMG.
this one performs.
Nice,
Yeah, it
bro.
really has been a fascinating
Kau main apa
story
sih?
for Sentinels
Ranked?
all season long. So for
Rated,
a closer
bro.
look, let's go ahead and
Kalau
actually
ranked kayak mana aku ketemu Immortal Diamond, bro.
Bisa lah.
Sedangkan aku be baru level 15, bro.
Lah, aku bikin akun baru. Ketemunya ini, aja dan goblok.
Kan belum buka ranked ini, bro.
Oi, meu nome é Saci, eu sou o iniciador e jogo pela Sentinels.
Vendor
Buka ranked,
skin, please.
keluarnya aja dan.
Pelo Brian,
Males main.
Brian é o pancada.
Buka Diamond.
Fiz a Loud, a gente
Langsung
joga
jual.
bastante campeonatos juntos.
Vendel.
Então ele é o cara mais calmo do time, ele é o pilar. Tens e o
Thank you.
Second, eu gosto de falar dos dois juntos porque eles têm uma personalidade muito parecida. Eles são mais brincalhões, eles são os mais novos também. E normalmente são os caras que tem mais...
Aku lagi battle one tap cok sama Omen dari tadi cok.
Eles estão aprendendo bastante.
Dia immortal aku battle ini. Anak-anak silver nih. One tap nih.
Então ele passa as causas, ele passa a calma. Ele tem uma sabedoria muito grande e dá pra confiar nele bem fácil.
Ah, ada seru lah musuhnya cok, udah mau nge-pick aku cok.
Muito misturado, né? Jogar na frente da torcida brasileira.
Tá pakai
agora que eu
OP.
tô numa organização americana. Mas eu acredito sim que eles vão torcer por nós.
Goblok.
Eu acho que sempre foi um sonho meu de...
Aku di blok kawan sendiri cok, untuk tak mati cok.
Finalmente estou aqui agora. E o que eu tô experienciando é que a
Ini, ambil skin
cultura é muito
immortal.
diferente. Isso é bem legal. A gente tem um canadense, a gente tem um britânico, tem 2 brasileiros, aí tem um americano. Então as personalidades, a gente meio que aprende um com o outro. Então tá sendo uma experiência bem bacana. Eu tô muito ansioso pra ver a gente dentro do stage.
Hello everyone, I am Tens. I am a player for Sentinels. I play the role as an operator, but also play as a flex. The difference between this iteration of Sentinels and the past iterations, this one is definitely more structured. We have a foundation of how we want to run the team, so we have lots of coaches.
Cok, 4 orang nge-pick aku cok,
everyone has
daya
a
aku
defined
lagi
role.
cok.
We have
Dapat satu
a
sih.
lot of protocols as a team.
Ah, di reverse tapi.
Previously, Sentinels had a
Udah
pretty
dong.
good record against
Mati
Fnatic,
gitu.
and hopefully we can keep that up, but I know they actually revamped the roster, and they're considered quite a super team in the EMEA division, so we shall see what happens. I hope we have a good match, and we can show what we're both capable of.
And I think that is the thing that we all
Sebelum
have to
kalian mulai,
keep
mending kalian nonton
right.
aku main.
This is not the Sentinels of the past. This is a completely different team. But also, if I can be just a touch
si Immortal,
critical or worrisome,
si Diamond,
it is a completely different team with a completely different system.
si banyak
And
skin.
looking out for 'em.
Yeah, he certainly does, but we've seen wilder systems already have some innate success. I mean, take a look at Global yesterday. Clearly, the foundation is there for them to be able to build a very solid roster and be competitive in the Pacific region. So I think if that kind of crazy system can work where you're pulling people from so many different regions, so many different languages being spoken, then this one absolutely can. But we need to see that last little line there from Tens. I hope that we can both show what we're capable of. That's what we're all hoping for as well, because we have high expectations of both of these squads, and if this match is not a gigabanger at the end of the day, it will be a letdown for everyone.
Yeah, we saw the individual player
Anjing.
quality in the offseason and at previous events.
Banyak kayak
We know
gitu,
all
Cok.
these
Dari
players
quick pula,
can
Cok.
operate. It's a question of leadership, but I think it's one where I actually have a
Pinya
lot of
laknat
faith
kali,
in
Cok.
this team. You
Oh,
have
anjing.
Psycho and Dap who built that XSET
Oh,
roster.
Isa.
You have Kaplan who's been a fantastic coach in NA. You're
Dari
really
quick udah OP
starting
kayak gitu,
strong.
Cok.
You also have Sassy on the team. I mean, the guy built Loud. You have that history there of players who can build legacies.
Okay, now before we have any other people saying, this desk is too biased toward Americas.
It's just GB.
Because we know it's going to happen. It's time to talk about the powerhouse juggernauts from EMEA. That's right, baby. I'm talking about Fnatic, because this is a squad that is always at these international events. The skill on this team is absurd, and Mimi, look, they've had some highs and lows, but we know that they can reach those heights.
Yeah, you talked about it in your little story time earlier, but Fnatic in 2022 had a rougher time, right? They were always looking fantastic online. We always had expectations above the world for them. They made it to land, they always did well, but they never did great. They never lifted a trophy. And that's what Fnatic has always been built for.
Yeah, I mean, unlike Sentinels, the iterations of Fnatic have always been stronger and stronger as time has gone on, but they still have not been able to achieve what we have set the expectations to be. You know, that second
And
place.
also themselves, too.
Yeah, sure, of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, think about how many times we've heard boasters say, my expectation for this roster is lifting a trophy.
Yeah, exactly. And so far, they haven't been able to do it. But now, they've made some changes. You've got Leo coming into this roster. Chronicle, an absolute legend of the sport, also joining this squad. It is stacked
clutch.
top to bottom. And maybe this is finally the time that they will be able to lift that trophy.
You heard it from Tens. This is super team versus super team. This is some of the absolute best players that EMEA has to offer.
Yes.
Chronicle, a champion in Berlin, a support player that helped Gambit reach their heights. You have Leo, probably one of the most hyped up support players around. His time in Guild playing Initiator was fantastic. This feels like the right Fnatic to finally lift a trophy, but they still have to get there, because we say this most events we see this team.
But it's like, I feel like coming into this one, I'm a believer, man. I want to be a believer because
You always want to believe.
I know, but you know what? I always got to believe in my boy Poster. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Unfortunately, though, we do have an update about this match that we
Hey,
do
yo,
need
brother.
to address. There is
Kami
a
na, brother.
statement that should have gone out as well. But of
Gimana
course, the
caranya
health
masuk
and safety
sendiri,
of our
Cok?
players and staff at VC Silahkan is our
Banget, Bang.
highest priority. After taking a self-requested
Bayangin,
test,
Cok, 4 orang di belakang aku nungguin aku masuk, Cok.
produced a
Kau dualis,
positive
nggak dualis,
result
Pik,
in
enggak.
the event a player
Aku Reina, Cok.
result for COVID-19, but feels well enough
Betul lah, Bang, kalau
Tapi
kau
dah-
chooses to play.
Dah aku sendiri, Cok, yang masuk, Cok. 4 orang nungguin aku, Cok.
Scheduled match on a LAN network build
Kalau
in the
kata Mama
quarantine
Bang Seno main
facilities.
Bang.
Now the player who tested positive will compete from that isolation
Don't
room,
worry,
while
bro.
their
I have
teammates
ulti,
and the
bro.
opposing team will be competing here in the venue. Of course, the order of the
Okay,
matches,
okay,
very
okay,
important
okay,
order of
let's
the
go.
matches on this given day did not change. Everything's fine. Like we're going with our matches
think he's
as
flanking lah.
scheduled. But we did want to let everyone know that is unfortunately
Flanking.
the reality here. So even though that is an issue,
no.
it is still good that they will be able to play with their full team.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that they did choose, they wanted to go forward, playing with their starting
Yes.
5. They feel well enough to do that, and that's what we want. We want to see both these teams at full strength.
Yeah, but now we put the spotlight, though, on the new additions to Fnatic. Two, I mean, I keep using this word, but heavyweights that are coming in here to line this up. I feel like I'm just talking about Brock Lesnar on repeat over and over
Take
again.
it,
Leo and
let's
Chronicle
Pilar.
look fantastic. Coming into this lineup, they are going to be so scary, Mimi.
Yeah, what has Fnatic been missing in the past? It's always been critique of their support players, of the backup line. We always know Boaster's going to make calls. We always know Alpha and Durka are going to pop off. But what they've needed is an all-star
Ada
support
Chronicle
squad.
di-
And I think that's what they picked up in the offseason.
Jago dong.
I mean,
Fnatic.
again, Chronicle, absolute legend of the game, and it's a shame that,
The
much like the
Chronicle
rest
cuy.
of that game before, we
Iya.
haven't
Cuma
been able to see
kalau
them
Blue
on
itu
their
sama aja,
presentation
Cok.
here
Iya, Cok.
until
Chronicle
today.
nggak
Now it's
bermis,
such a
Cok.
powerful team, and if he can still have those wild impacts, those crazy aces, if you remember that bind play from him, then this is going to be an absolutely terrifying match for Sentinels to go up against.
Let's
Oh,
go
shit,
ahead,
I
though,
thought-
and set up a
Bentar, sekali
matchup,
nanti.
shall we? It's a thing that we
Bentar.
like to do on the desk because we enjoy a good narrative, and the ones that we're going to be talking about here, Tens and Durka.
Yep.
Durka, probably one of my favorite players. I'm trying to get him to 200,000 followers. We have to make this happen. But now you also have Tens, who, on the other side of it, is coming to this with so much hype, but I feel like we're just seeing a different version of him here, maybe.
Yeah, these two guys were in early Valorant. They were the icons of the game. Tens and Durka at Reykjavik. They were probably the two best individuals that we got to see there. And they faced off in that grand final. It was a fantastic performance from both of them.
Ah!
It's changed in the nearly 2 years since then.
Saya tidak
Tens is
tahu.
gonna be playing the flex role. He's still
Di
opting
sini ada wall, di sana ada wall.
roles, but his performance has stayed the same.
He also got rid of his hair.
Ten masih normal cuy,
Hey, yeah, lots
291
of change.
Bald buff, baby.
Apa?
It's a real thing.
Tens
Tens
Okay.
is blonde now.
Tens is like so much has changed. You know, he's in his edgy
Belum mulai, kan?
right now. All right. Well, look, guys, for more on this new Fnatic lineup, let's actually go ahead and hear from Boaster and Leo about Fnatic.
Hello, my name is Boaster. I'm the
ada
IGL
Boaster
of Fnatic.
cuy.
Okay, I'll
Teriak-teriak
start off
namanya
with
tuh.
Durka. He brings the bold buff, as you
Udah mau
everyone
peka
knows.
tadi aku gara-gara sagenya teriak, Cok.
High skill capabilities in a top fragger. And then
Keras
you've
nian,
got
Cok, dia teriak, Cok.
Althea. He's a 17-year-old in a 30-year-old body.
Hah?
Crazy bad hair.
Alfa,
Wih, dia
Alfa
teriak.
Jar 17 tahun muka kayak itu. Ah, muka aku terlalu
Then you've got
baik.
Chronicle. He's the guy that's like really keen.
Sumpah lah,
and
dari tadi aku
really-
ngeflank ya.
I don't know, he just loves learning stuff.
Kenapa ya?
We've got Leo.
Aku ngeflank dari tadi dapat terus ya.
The comedian of
Yeah,
our
that's
team,
right,
like,
lagi.
always making jokes and always laughing. You know, he's very flamboyant and
Alpha
very
Jet.
excited.
Oh, pertama kali ya aku lihat orang
Oh
masih
my
ingat
God,
epic.
2005 Alpha Jar mukanya kayak gitu. Ah.
Kenapa? Terlalu baby
Mukanya
face
lebih
loh.
tua dari aku, cowok. Ah, tolong.
It's gonna be very tough to have trust in game.
Lima, hampir setahun sama per second, Cok.
The team still has success, but in the off season we've been enjoying company of each other outside the game more than playing. But now we're really in the focus zone.
Karena datang
and,
sini ke mau main-main loh sama kalian nih musuh-musuh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. With Leo and Chronicle, we got 100% land win rate, so that's unheard of for Fnatic. We're normally losing.
Anjing,
so,
120 Brim.
I don't know what's happened there, but if we can keep that momentum, then I'm
Tak mati pula dia.
pretty happy.
Having both as an ideal is he puts a lot of work in, which I admire. That's what you want from your leader in the team.
I'm feeling super confident for this event, and I'm super excited for everyone to see what we've been cooking up. I want to put on a great show for the Brazilian fans in the audience and for all the people watching at home as well. I really want this to be a really fun tournament for us. We hope to do proud, and you know, let's go Fnatic.
Yo.
Firstly, I just want to give a huge shout out to our features team for just continuing to pump out amazing content, but also Poster is the best when it comes to all this stuff. He's so charismatic. It's hard not to like this team.
It is really
Ayo Rina musuh clutch. Aku doain kau clutch dah.
Just such like fun-loving, enjoyable players. You want to root for both of them. But again, single elimination. This is going to be a brutal one.
Yeah, I imagine the features team also really likes working with Boaster because you don't have to.
Hey, nice. Doa aku berhasil cok. Rina musuh clutch.
Okay, calm it down a little bit. You're going a little too ham.
I know. That is why we love Boaster. That's why we love this Fnatic team, and we're so excited.
Aku lagi doain. Aku tadi doain Rina musuh clutch, masuk clutch ya cok. Bagus kan? Pada 1 lawan 4 cok.
Ini udah berapa? Kau udah berapa cok?
69. Omen. Ditanya siapa Imo Omen. MU bro. Pasti bentar aku dibacotin. Bapak kau lah player baru. 69 nih bang suara aku bang. Keren nggak?
Cepet bang.
Bentar ya kalah kok.
Tens is the main character to night in VGT login dulu. No man.
Salah. Tens selalu jadi main karakter tuh.
Tidak bang, booster bang.
Oh booster ya.
Sorry Uncle GB. What the hell?
Kalah aja. Haha. Oh ada skin champion. Pandal champion. Langsung ambil.
The story made my day. Thank you.
9 sekarang bang.
Fnatic got in the T-back. Oh my god.
Tapi tetap cok, paling keren tuh Depper cok.
Depper kan udah ada bang, udah jadi G2 bang.
Keren tuh Depper cok, mainnya kayak tai cok, T-back terus kerjanya. Kayak kontol kayak gitu. Cuma memang bagus cok, gerakan dia cok main. Apalagi 1v1 tuh.
Earlier on in the show, we took a poll and asked you wonderful people, how do you want the tale of
udah masuk ya?
Belum. And found out that the
masih lama ini, masih 10 menit lagi ada ini.
Biasa kan ada entrance-nya, kalau Benkai kan cosplay. Jadi cewek lah, jadi itulah, suka lah ke Benkai.
Kemarin jadi turtle.
Jadi sebut.
Well, guys, we have a minute left, so let's do some predictions, shall we? I know I'm gonna go first. My reasoning, it's not because of America's bias. I just got a feeling, and also I really wanted to draw their logo. I went with Sentinels for the win. Please. Do not flame me, EMEA. I love all of you dearly.
I might need a close-up for mine just because it's writing, but
what does it say?
Langsung aimbot bro, skin memang aimbot ini cok.
Who I think is going to win? I'm bat-chesting out of my mind.
You're bat-chesting? Alright, we need some good, honest balance on this desk because this is going to be a gigabanger. 2 super teams. I favor Fnatic. They have the core that says
semenjak dapat skin champion ini langsung comeback
because this is abysmal. But it says I heckin' love 10s.
Okay.
Udah serius dulu lah.
Okay, you make
I
no
still
sense
heckin' love 10s even if I think Fnatic is gonna win.
Alright.
Kata Mimi, aku cinta Tens tapi masih berharap Fnatic menang. Pasti Fnatic menang. Walaupun Fnatic menang.
Sentinel 2, Fnatic 1. Real.
Nggak ada 2-1 di game ini.
Gak ada ya?
It's gonna be a heckin' great day of
Siapa yang
Valorant,
kosong?
and
Ayo.
folks lock in day 9 starts right now.
Lihatlah, yang menang siapa round 1, itulah yang menang.
Please musuhnya lebih bodoh. Soalnya dari tadi aku udah 5 round aku flanking gak pernah dibunuh cok. Suka aku flank kayak gini cok. Sagenya bodoh. Kau udah jaga kayak gitu masih tidak mau nembak aku, mau trigger disiplin, po. Oh, I'm better than immortal, bro.
Gabut bang.
Abang mantan rakyat siap.
Siapa bang? Itu activity bang. Mantan radian bang. Serem bang.
Katanya tadi kan segitu doang.
Better than immortal, bro.
Real.
Kau pun kayak better sama immortal yang ini, cok. Bodoh nih, cok.
Enggak, cok, aku cupu ya. Anak platinum.
Bayangin matinya sama klasik, cok.
Masalahnya nih, kau yang mana nih, bang?
Depre.
Kan saya cupu bang, anak platinum.
Oh.
Lah emang platinum gimana anjing?
Loh, sekarang aku ranked gimana, cok? They will go big.
Bukannya
Trust
bang
me,
apa cok? Emang platinum, mungkin mana?
See, I told you they go big. I told you. Dibilang kan ke B kan? Omen, bodoh.
Semua dihujat dia kan.
Enggak, cok, legit omennya dong, cok, bodoh, cok. Jadi bilang 5-5-nya B, cok, enggak percaya dia. Udah sampai mati, cok, 3 orang baru percaya dia, cok.
Let's go. Siapa yang masuk duluan? Tenjet.
Pendek mau masuk duluan.
Kayaknya.
Fast. I want to watch VTT.
Waduh, tenjet.
Yang nomor 1 tenjet.
Tenjet sama Chronicle keluar pertama. Habis itu Sachi sama Deke. Tim botak, let's go. Waduh. Booster.
Bola, cok. Player bola dah, cok.
Pakai topi anjing. Waduh, bawa apa itu? Waduh, bawa boneka. Boneka Fnatic. Enggak, Deng. Bajunya dikasih, cok, monyetnya. Waduh. Lah, Leo Kopit. Leo Fnatic Kopit.
Hah? Masih ada zaman Kopit di sini.
What the hell? What happened?
Resmi oleh.
Mana Leo? Tadi aku udah ada denger lagi dia ada yang ngomong dia aku ngapain sih tadi?
This doesn't get the blood pumping, you might need to check your pulse because you could be dead. This is what it's all about, baby. Sentinels versus Fnatic, a clash of titans here in the first round in our Omega
Oh yeah, Kopit beneran.
I am absolutely excited.
It's been 635 days since we have seen these two teams face off. Now we've got new players, a new meta, new expectations, and they're back on stage again. And this time, only one of them can continue with their tournament live.
And it's such a shame to have to lose somebody here right off the rip between these two, but it just hopefully means that they're going to be
Kopit 4 lawan 5 guys.
No! Not want to go home.
This is, you know what, to quote, and I make this reference oftentimes, but to quote one of the greatest commentators in professional wrestling.
Tapi biasa ya, orang Kopit ya, makin jago anjing.
Memang, cok, kayak kemarin kan. Yang Kopit bertiga tuh
kan. Anjing.
Kopit bertiga ngebantai, cok.
Feels as if we're witnessing like the main event, and this is just our first match of the day.
It is wild to see.
Ben
The
Lotus
match
lah.
is already coming in.
Bosen liat Lotus terus, cok. Ben Lotus Sentinel.
Sentinels showed some of that in the offseason. It's be a very
Ah,
strong
nah,
effort for a lot of North American teams.
Oh, udah
Makes
selesai
sense.
FPD.
Same with Sentinels. Icebox has always been Fnatic's best.
Yeah, I mean, also that X-Set
Aku,
quite
dua
good
orang
at
lagi
pearls, so they have a lot of strategy. Second can go over to that Neon.
Habeng first match.
Fnatic with the first selection will go ahead and elect to take us back to Haven, something that we haven't seen fairly
Aku udah one tap
consistently.
1 nih. Masa dari cover nih.
But over in the alpha bracket especially. So
Resmi, bro.
Haven split.
Sentinels are going for split.
This makes a lot of sense. You rewind the clock to exit back when this map was in the pool.
Jet
was one of the absolute best callers on this map. That core was
pula dia.
fantastic on it. You're implementing new talent. And sure, it's
Yeah,
a new
they're
roster,
going.
but I still think it'll be a good map for them.
Sen gonna be taken away.
Kayo.
Still being floated right now. See if Sentinels ban it, and they don't. They're gonna take
Bentar, tadi kayak ada.
still being
Anjir, aku kira Benkai goblok.
Mirip ya?
Wah, Lotus cok betulan.
Waduh, udah malas tuh ada Lotus tuh.
Dah 2-0 lah. Malas lihat Lotus. Please.
Gak usah ramen Lotus.
One can only hope. The unfortunate thing about this event so far is that
2-0 lah udah 2-0.
energy versus loud. Some of the ones that look like they're going to be gigabangers on paper just haven't quite delivered, but surely there's just no way that this one doesn't.
Prime Gaming Agent select on our screens now. My question is,
Kita lihat
what
apakah
defense
Neon
gonna
kita
play?
bakal
He's
clutch.
been switching up
Zekken,
roles. He's been moving on to
duelist.
KO, flexing around, and letting Zekken be the primary duelist. Does
Lah,
that
Zekken nggak duelist loh. What?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. I
Apa
mean,
nih,
he's always been an
meta nggak duelist nih?
flexible
Match
individual.
point jauh.
Probably the Sentinel. He's back on his kills. That
Oh.
makes
Tenjet duelist, let's go.
He gets the Jet on this one.
Jet,
He
jet,
leveled up.
Ini dia,
Tenjet.
Tenjet dah pakai jet, guys.
Tenjet zaman dulu.
Ini cok baru Tenjet cok.
Tenjet nih. Tenjet nih bos.
Kalau
Tenjet
Tenjet
jet.
Sentinel kan terkena Rina cok.
Tenjet. Jet.
Kita lihat jetnya cok. Jet sangar nih cok.
Tenjet kepanasan.
Masih bisa one tap aku. Alhamdulillah.
Let's go Tenjet.
I got 2 headshot. No one cover me.
These two teams faced off was so long ago, May 30th, 2021, at the Reykjavik Grand Finals.
Yeah, and both of these teams have taken very different paths to get here, and yet in 2023,
Si botak.
and Sentinels
Botak.
tried to form super
Botak.
teams heading into
Botak.
the partnership system.
Let's go.
Booster particularly, but also for them
Tenjet,
on the other
Tenjet.
side, it's a
Nah,
hunt
buka di laptop dulu.
for a trophy.
Kau udah menang.
One team must go
Belum.
home.
9-12
What do
nih.
they have cooked up for us
Tapi aku udah mati.
to start things out on Haven?
And Haven, bit of a playground for the IGL.
Kayaknya sih kalah. 3-3.
Reason why Fnatic ended up opting
3-3
into this
terus
one, but
tinggal-tinggalan bodoh-bodohnya nih.
Wah, Tenjet mati duluan guys. Tenjet first blood.
Waduh.
Tenz was following that one, but he
Waduh,
was shut down in the
Tenjet.
middle of all of this. This looks
Yeah,
like
Tenjet.
a fast play now. Just trying to make their way.
Duelist
MC
mati
kita
guys.
mati guys.
Potentially bogged down by all this utility, but there was a flash in play just to push them back and away.
Tuh kan booster
They're already
cok.
claiming 2 kills. It's up to Sentinels now to
Wah,
scramble, try and
anjing,
salvage what
Fnatic
they
nih,
can
gila
out of
nih.
a bit of damage done to Chronicle, but
Fnatic.
biding their time, waiting it out.
Fnatic. Waduh, jadi 10-12 nih. Kalau udah tahu nih.
No pressure anymore.
Derke.
Dah lah, ente lagu hilang semua. Dapat satu lagi.
They know exactly what's going on here.
First run, masih first run, santai. Kayaknya nggak boleh, aku nggak boleh nge-pick mereka, cok.
Ginti, beda kelas.
Aku nge-pick mereka langsung ini, cok.
Ah, menang beneran.
10-12, cok. Setiap kali aku nge-pick mereka menang, cok. Setiap kali aku dapat 2 langsung menang, cok.
Unlucky, Tens. Unlucky.
Bapak, ada bapak. Round pertama.
Sosap.
He just has to dive in and hope that there aren't a couple of people at back
Tuh, setiap kali aku nge-pick langsung headshot, cok.
Sumpah, Derke langsung beli handal.
Definitely a
Real.
planned pistol round strategy for Sentinels, but the reaction was very good from Fnatic. They strike the first blow. No
Ini
force buy.
9-3 lagi, cok. Lihat lah, ini copy paste game kemarin nih.
I do think it's really interesting.
Cok, ini aku dengar stepnya bukan step game aku, cok.
Game PCT. Ah, ente.
You're expecting Sassy to be
Loh,
the
2-0.
safe pair of hands.
2-0
The
dulu.
guy that's a veteran,
Inti.
king of
Nice
initiators.
try.
Betul lah, Pre. Nggak boleh nge-pick aku, Pre.
Nice try. Sachi dapat 1 lah minimal, Sachi.
Having him on Sky
Ji,
instead of on
mana
Breach,
Ji?
it's a
1 lah
really
minimal.
aggressive comp from Sentinels.
Duh,
Bayangin aku
ente.
tengah jalan alt tab,
Really
cok.
involved in the fighting. And that's
Nice
unusual
try,
to me.
nice
I would
try.
expect Sassy and Second
Sentinel,
Falls to be
GG.
swapped.
Belum, masih 2-0. Santuy. Buying round right now. You lose this, you lose, man. Literally 2 kali flawless. 0-2-0 semua.
Again, I think they're going to let Sentinels set the pace. Sometimes on a bonus round, you'll see the defending team do something really aggressive. Fnatic were known for pushing down into a lobby pretty heavy on the defense, but Sentinels should be setting the tempo.
Udah lah, aku nggak dapat 2.
Line up mantap betul.
Sentinel minimal menang lah ya Sentinel ya.
Corona.
Dep mantap. Oh, kayak punyaku delay deh, punyaku duluan deh.
Mantap.
What a great nano swarm. It does. It breaks any kind of utility that is channeled. So it breaks the drone if it's, sassy there. Trailblazer.
Kacau, aku sekarang main dengarnya suara tembakan orang, Jo.
Oh, tunggu, itu baru nonton aku deh.
Fnatic. Oh no, kita kalah nih.
Dan please Leo, just die man, just die. Flash, mantap, maju. Flash sekali lagi.
Bodoh nian, cowok. Aku di flash masih bisa menang, cowok. GG bro.
Gila Leo.
3 kills from Leo.
Turun 3, cowok, real.
12-12, pre.
Wah.
Ewan Fender skins, komen.
Tenjet, please, Tenjet, let's go, Tenjet. Tenjet, mantap, Tenjet, let's go.
Tenjet pakai pantom, itu dia Tenjet.
Emang Tenjet nih. Tenjet, jelekin aja di Indo namanya Tenjet. Jelekan di Indo, Tenjet jadi Tenjet. Sumpah nih Leo, panas kali. Kopit buff emang.
We kill them.
Tens was able to get all of that utility and push forward.
Leo kopit buff.
I thought the economy would be looking good here for Fnatic, but they're choosing not to commit. Off the back of those knives, they must have bought up a little too much. Not something that I had realized looking at round 3. I thought they were going for a bonus.
Yeah, it looked that way, didn't it?
Had
enough spare cash maybe to make the purchase.
Like
we said earlier, Durka built up to these blade storms. Wasn't able to get too much done there. In fact, I think the dash that he activated, it does fade away.
Kok aku mencium bobok kalahan ya?
Kalahan siapa dulu nih?
Sentinel. Aroma 13-9.
Kan cok aroma 13-1 cok.
Enggak lah, 13-5 lah itu.
Oh anjing, gak ngecek aku cok.
Oh my goodness. Just walked away from the door for about a moment, could have found an easy kill with a short.
They win.
Now a lot of flashes just being.
Udah langsung cepat.
Clears that one down. It's going to be a plan as well.
Kena sakit sekali. Buta.
Is quite isolated now. He's holding the back of the
Wah,
side himself, and that fight at the flank was imperative. Durka wins it out.
Tenjet lagi,
strained in its approach. Tens with the updraft play aftershock as well. Leo trying to turn it out, swinging through, and Ten still claims 3 down to Durka now. Another dash. Let's come on line here, right into the smoke to cut across their placement. That gives him a good idea where these players are, but again.
Oh, nice Tenjet.
Oh, Tenjet. Sama Tenjet nih.
Sumpah
jadi bawa kekalahan tuh.
Tens. Let's go Tens. Let's go Tens.
Tenjet panas guys. Setelah berapa turnamen dia kalah terus. Akhirnya dia panas guys.
Tapi kok badan semua ya tembakannya?
Enggak. Kok dia pakai patom terus sekarang ya?
Tapi kok tembakannya badan semua ya?
Iya ya. Tenjet. What happened Tenjet?
Tenjet tanda tanya.
Tenjet. Vandalmu malah Tenjet.
Enggak tahu.
Ah ini Dok, Tenjet pakai pisau.
Wah. Untung. Replay ape-ape. Gregetan aku.
Ini Derek kalau lagi lawan Paper X langsung bau cok OP-nya tuh cok. Kayaknya for second cok, enggak boleh.
Flash. Flash. Oh,
Nah, itu anjing cok.
oh, ada ulti, Cok. Nih.
Iya.
Flash. Tar. Wah, gila. Oh ya.
Ya, kena ulti temen dong.
Dor. Durke. Dor. Sachi. Kopit buff. Duh, Heaven tidak dijaga.
Sak.
28 seconds left in this round. Time starting to get burnt, and now he knows where the second player is. That's one broken. Just
nice try.
Warbang angle Alpha here.
Sachi nice try.
Just about grabbing that kill.
Salah cok tadi. Apa? Renji maksudnya pas pula kena ulti.
Min 1 chemistry. Force by. Tenjet.
Oi, Tenjet pakai stinger, bro.
Force by Tenjet.
Hati-hati ya, bro. Tenjet pakai stinger udah terlalu OP, bro.
Tadi buka setting pula. Ngapain tuh buka setting tadi deh? Ulang. Ngapain tadi ya? Hah?
Kepencet.
Ngapain gitu? Hei.
Kepencet.
Buka setting dulu. Buka setting apa tuh, Bang?
Buka setting kenapa kayaknya sengit ya awalnya ya?
Kan 4-2 ya harusnya kan. Menurut teori Valorant kan 4-2.
Kalau menurut teori aku sih tidak ada 4-2-4-2.
Terbang Tenjet.
Tenjet terbang. Ini harusnya menurut teori sih 4-2 ya.
Dapat 2. Lumayan.
Tidak apa-apa, dapat 2. Ikoron dapat 2, oke lah.
Lumayan. Kita mundurin biar tidak nge-lag.
Ultimately, the goal of Sentinels there was just try and get a couple of kills, maybe as well that plan, so they can start building up the bankroll once more.
Apa nih Tenji nih? Kenapa pakai Phantom terus Tenji? Pandal dia coy, terkenal one tap itu yang sambil terbang pun bisa one tap. Yang dulu yang dikira nge-cheat tuh terbang bisa one tap doang. Mana nih Tenjet nih? Kecewa aku lihat Tenjet.
Belum bang, baru round 6 bang, 7 bang. Langsung dash in Derke. Jeken, dukung lihat Jeken. Booster.
But a pincer attack as well. Bosto was trying to
make
the most
of it.
Nice try. Oh my goodness, into A lobby. And he's even finding a couple of kills of his own, potentially. No, ends up going down before he could claim the second.
Gila, fans Sentinel banyak nih ya. Langsung wuh.
The timing's so messy there.
Yalah tuh, fans Sentinel tuh udah opini tuh.
Kenapa cok jeduk.
Sini aku streaming.
Ngelek jadi jelek dong grafiknya bang.
Oh iya, salah ya.
Dog will miss though, so not stunned up. He can afford to just
take
this angle and just on the armor def. What a shot to hit, giving him just.
Bubar Tens.
Through this one with the rolling thunder, the ultimate to try and clear the way, and the players to vacate. Sentinels trying to he's got the line of sight angle. Watch for once more, but the spike. Handed over to Pancada. He's got his ultimate, so he's going to be able to get a free plant now onto A.
1v3. Can he do it? He's got a lot of time to threaten a reposition.
I think got one and die.
Really smart. He's just
ente.
But this fight now by Leo, beating him into short.
It's massive.
The first kill.
It's massive. Takes down on 1v2, but he's given away where he is. What is that?
Chronicle so far ahead of his teammates.
Pancada.
Not a paranoia. Waiting for the top of the spike. And there it is. Rips his way across a full blind.
Belum pak, belum, please sabar. Nice try.
Swings of it out here. So calm and patient in the
Alpajer. Tahan dikit lagi menang tuh.
After he missed that opening option,
Riya.
I thought it was game over for Fnatic.
5-2 bang.
Comes through, recovers.
Ya betulan 39 nih bang awal-awal lo.
93 bang. Sudah menurut teori nih bang. Terus Sentinel bantai-bantai di attacking side bang.
Defending nggak sih?
Iya defending maksudnya.
Second fight that he was taking, but ultimately Alfie, really intelligent player.
Udah whiff tuh pada.
This has brutalized the Sentinels' economy. They're going to be kicking themselves for that. Because like I said, that one decided which way the momentum was heading in the series so far. And Sentinels now are just down to stingers.
OP-nya itu, Cok.
Greget.
Has to respect that one. The dash to just disengage, make sure he doesn't take damage.
Tenjet aing ngunya apa tuh Tenjet? Permen karet po Tenjet.
Flash lagi dong.
Goblok ke whip.
Wow, Tens makes the most of it.
Kalau kita yang main di situ goblok 2 kali.
They're in a 5v4 post plan. Def might choose to use his ultimate.
Okay, there you go. Lockdown.
Hey, Tenjet.
Lockdown for a lockdown. How are you getting these kills? With the guns at hand. All of
Udah
the
lockdown
assassin. Stinger in his hands tries to whip out the pistol, but already being swarmed by the players now. The lockdown. Destroyed.
Aduh,
Nice saving.
Yeah, no issues whatsoever. And a ton of time on the clock anyway, even if they had all been.
Nice
dapat 3, Cok.
Fnatic committing
Ikonya.
really decisively though. If you want to talk about Fnatic's, you know, and more so boasters hunt for a trophy, it feels like they get to a certain point in a tournament, they play against a bit
dulu. Terlalu panas susu terlalu panas.
that happens. At least
Santai
that's
dulu, Bang.
my
Boleh.
perception
Terlalu
of
panas
how
sudah.
Fnatic's trophy hunt has gone ever since that fated grand final against Sentinels. And this squad that they've got is full of really decisive.
Tapi bagus roster dulu nggak sih dibanding sekarang Sentinel?
Enggak, sekarang lebih bagus.
Sekarang ya?
Jauh.
Aku masih suka lihat Saza main, Cok.
Enggak.
The only player on
Sudah mekanik tua.
Fnatic's team to have hoisted a
Sik
trophy knows what it takes
Sik
to win.
saat itu kan.
And I feel like so far
yeah.
Fnatic are making very quick decisions. They're not.
Kalau Som inactive.
Joking.
Som
They are adapting to everything.
Udah aktif ya? Dia masih Sentinel. Ya.
Previous iterations of Fnatic that we have seen, you know, they've spoken many times in the past about, you know, being, you know, quite a
Coachnya lagi
well-thought-out
ngomong-ngomong dulu.
team in terms of how they play, but a lot of set plays and a lot of waiting on boasters' calls. Not having that much, you know, independence in terms of making those quick adaptive plays in the middle of rounds when you get a bit of information. But this is a roster that is stacked with that either veteran presence talent or talent that are very independent and willing to make those quick reactive calls.
And it must be mentioned too that
Tapi
Fnatic
tetap,
and
Cok.
Sentinels have not
Coach
been
yang paling seru
together
tuh
for very long.
Peprek,
These
Cok.
teams, of course, Fnatic,
Alek, Cok, emang, Cok.
aware of those
Seru,
great
Cok.
players. And
Dia bodo amat, Cok, tim.
Enggak, diteriakin aja kalau salah.
in terms of practice time,
Enggak, tapi dia bodo amat, Cok. Timnya mau main kayak mana, Cok. Suka kalian lah, kata dia.
Iya,
Main
ada
gila
rasa.
suka kalian lah.
So things should still be.
Karena timnya main gila menang, Cok.
But so far we're seeing some really nice ideas
Diteriakin cok kalau
and a
salah.
lot of high caliber players.
Kalau
Banana Swarm that was
nggak tahu ya kalau orang-orang ini kan nggak terlalu
Try
kenampakan.
and push back a potential play.
Makanya kalau Alek kan dia setuju-setuju banget mereka main kayak orang gila.
Ya, gameplay mereka double U.
Orang Asia kayak itulah.
And look at how much freedom that gives the rest of
Kalau orang Eropa mereka kan santai mainnya. Ini kalau Peprek mana ada main kayak Sentinel, Cok.
Santai dan cok. Nunggunya di situ setahun cok, sumpah mati.
I don't think Durka quite realizes that somebody's to his left.
But he will watch it when they start to cross into this. Now, Trailblazer, here's the dog. To give him a good idea of it. Okay, chooses to vacate. Doesn't want to hold that angle, a bit too risky for him, but...
And I like this from Sentinels, contacting into A.
Ini
Their composition
Durka
has
dapat
a lot of
satu.
utility, but by contacting,
Dapat
Fnatic
dari
feel confident
Elong
enough
satu nih.
that they aren't rotating anybody over to A just yet.
Timing.
Boasters hanging around for a little bit, now only just starting to make his way
Aduh,
over. They
tidak
might not be ready
timing.
for this A
Ow, flash.
explosion.
Risky maneuver that could be played there. The stun is going to force Durka to not be able to scope in now. He can't really help them out, but already Boasters trying to at least relieve some of that pressure, but spam into hell. Catches onto Durka, the common angle that he was playing. Two players of Fnatic falling, including Chronicle, make that three. Leo opens himself up.
Kan Everett Jonas.
Pekanda cok, sumpah ilmu panas sekali, tajam cok.
Kak, itu si Leo kurang nonton ini Everett Jonas. Kurang dia.
Kurang paseng.
Kurang paseng. Belajar dulu dari Eprek Jonas. Belajar dulu ya.
Yeah, I think at this point that's
Masa harus diajarin sama Eprek Jonas? Gimana?
Dia masih pakai trik tahun lalu, Cok. Naik di atas itu.
Iya. Kayak line up dong kalau kata Eprek Jonas.
It's something that I've always loved about Def's calling is that he mixes in those contact attacks.
Itu kalau KJ-nya masih flawless, so. KJ-nya nggak mati.
He was mostly doing the calling and the micromanaging.
Udah nih 39 nih, baru Sentinel comeback.
Nah, ini dibantai dulu nih sama ini. Sama Fnatic sampai 9. Anjing. The smoke kayak hot. Gila Bang Anda.
Sampai pasrah dia, Cok.
Bang santai, Bang. Kan katanya 93, Bang, kata booster. Jangan panas gitu, Bang, ada. Bang 93.
Wah, itu Derke memang konsisten kali OP-nya, Cok.
Iya. Katanya nih, Bang, perjanjiannya 93, Bang. Jangan kayak gitu, Bang, kata booster.
Perjanjian kita kan 93 dulu, Bang. Kertas surat kemarin. Masa belum 93 udah kena bantai?
Bang, jangan panas gitu lah, Bang. Tunggu dulu, Bang. Tunggu 9 dulu, Bang. Nanti kami kasih 2, Bang. Harusnya kayak gitu perjanjian, Bang.
Perjanjian kayak gitu.
Dog is going to notice that either there was nobody there or they've all dropped back. And look at how Fnatic react now. Instantly off the Trailblazer, there's 3 players a day. The Sentinels commit, or do they turn it into a fake this time around? They're worried about that contact play. This drone, it's just mistimed, isn't it? This drone.
Mereka ke A ini. A-nya udah masuk mereka.
Iya, Sentinel masuk A-nya kapan ya?
Elong semua anjay. Satu side semua. Second flash, second stun, dash in, terus mati sama booster. Mati sama booster tapi. Tuh kan bener kan booster yang kill.
Loh. Ketemu nih.
Enggak, jauh. Ketemu betulan.
Ketemu deh.
Bang, Tens. Kiri, Bang. Bang, kiri, Bang. Bang, bisa, Bang. Iya.
Besar. Anjing, Cok. Timingnya bisa gitu, Cok.
Bang, bisa, Bang.
Bang, respect. Udah balik perjanjian nih, 93 nih.
Iya. Ya, nih, bantai kami dulu, Bang, kata dia. Nanti kami bantai ya.
Perjanjiannya begitu, biar ini Fnatic dikira jago dulu. Biar orang betnya di Fnatic.
Gila, booster. Bang, kami bantai dulu, Bang ya. Doran, Bang. Nanti kami kasih, Bang. Sampai 13, Bang.
Kalau betul kayak gitu, ente.
Ini kalau betulan ya. Karena yang momen aku anjing.
Mati loh.
Dah kan dibilang kan. Sudah nih, udah pasti nih 93 nih.
93 itu udah pasti ya.
Nah kan, sudah lah ini cenayang tuh ini. Ketahuan. Di spray nih, second. Bang, spray aku, Bang. Ketahuan nanti, Bang. Udah ketahuan, Bang. Ya.
There's the first opener. Still Zekken is positioning is known. A pop flash play moving forwards, and Zekken isolates the fight. Eventually shut down.
Tuh kan.
Really well calculated there by Fnatic, making sure that they didn't overstep themselves, didn't give too much away. Very solid retake, and at this point, an extremely good half from Fnatic. 8-3 with a potential to go 9-3. Either way this final round goes, Fnatic have put on a really good performance here. Their retakes have been excellent, and apart from a couple of good moments from Sentinels, they've been able to work the defensive rotates into a position to shut down the pushes. We haven't seen TenZ unlocked as much as perhaps Sentinels would have hoped for. Now we're heading into that final round of the first half here. Operator fight taking place.
Dapat satu langsung.
Wants to try and take it.
Bunda.
Waits it out.
Lu dapat satu tuh. Dapat potnya. Iya.
Being activated just in case a player slips up and makes a mistake and peeks before.
Waduh ini.
It's ready.
Waduh Ten.
Ten's even going for a shot of his own as well.
Ah, for second malu liatnya tuh.
But now they know Tens is opping on
Ini kan
attack.
Reaper bang.
And that means that they should expect Sentinels to be playing a little
Nah, for
slower.
second kan pengen main on
Fnatic
Tens.
don't have to be as aggressive in terms of reclaiming
Malu nih
the
kalau
map.
liat kayak gini nih gamenya.
They know
Jangan-jangan Sentinel sampai perek mana peperek sekarang.
Sentinels
Nah,
are gonna be
jauh.
working a pick for probably the next 20.
Cok, tapi bedanya Cok kalau lihat orang Eropa Amerika main sama orang Asia Cok. Asia ada mikir Cok. Cuman double gaming aja Cok.
Modal nembak menang.
Makanya ini mereka mainnya santai bedah.
Makanya Herrera tidak bakal menang. M-nya kalah anjing sama Rute. Ente lah.
Looks down the one angle. Still going to be holding it down. Rolling Thunder to push him back. Wants to take the shot before it goes through, but there we go. The extra layers that I was talking about earlier. Alpha
Cenang mode.
Disaster for Sentinels. Two players left standing. With Depp falling all
Cenang
down
mode.
to second.
Cenang mode.
Nasty shot
93
from Brown, but Alpha once more with that consistency.
Udah dari awal aja udah tahu ini.
Which team would have the better?
Izin bantai bang.
Is it Americas or is it EMEA? And Fnatic have landed
Bin.
an emphatic first blow.
Izin bantai bang. Udah 93 sesuai perjanjian bang.
Outstanding first half from them. Clearly see why Fnatic opted into going into Haven as well. Very ready for it. He had so many different changes to their defensive setups, honestly. Really falling across the board. Now, let's set it down to the desk to break down the first half so far.
Nantinya udah nih.
Ya nih beneran nih.
Thank you so much, Brennan Sideshow. What a half for Fnatic. They look absolutely filthy. I might need to take a bath.
Yeah, I mean, they looked incredible in that half. The defensive-sided calling from those two was great. What impressed me most was their ability, even when their initial plan failed, to come back and still be able to win out rounds. And I wanted to take a look at round 7, because this was a really cool idea that I think they pulled out with this gambit. They switched the off over to Alpha and had Durka dashing into mid off of a stun, a dart coming through lobby, and that Sophus Hunter's Fury. Wow. It's quite a good idea, but he got punished by second. It looked like Sentinels was going to be able to win this round, but Fnatic in the mid round had a good adaptation, and a lot of that was Boaster's aggression. The casters talked about it. He gets up, he gets his, and he sets his team up for this really strong retake back into the C side. Sure, Ken got things closer, but overall,
Itu siapa Pin? Shota sama Tom Nook tuh.
Kawan Sean. Dipojokin di atas, cok. Turunlah aku bangsat.
Hah? Apa?
Dipojokin di atas, turunlah aku bangsat. Langsung. Kayaknya offset. Males lah.
Really kick things off. He upped the pace
Aku
immediately. And that took a little while, was able to eventually
Kamu
catch
main
up.
Mobile Legends, Pin?
Yeah, that he did. And now as we look towards this second half, I think it's going to continue to be defined by this Jet head-to-head, how both of these players are being used by their teams with their decision-making on that attacking side. Tens has looked good thus far, but what Fnatic has had is better coordination as a team. We're seeing the individual moments, but it still feels like the coordination could use a little bit more work. I'm looking towards Def with this defensive calling.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Mini and Boaster's prep work has definitely paid off here on Haven. And look, I mean, this is what you expect on the pick of I believe this is a Fnatic's pick.
300 SBT ACS.
Kayak cok.
Kind of like the microscope into the matchup.
Oh, Tenji serius dah tuh, muka serius dah tuh.
Panas bang, ada. AC buka dong.
Nah, AC buka. Belum enggak cok, belum disemangatin dia tuh.
Tak butuh.
Idenya nggak ada.
Tak butuh banget ada.
Tak butuh ya. Tapi kalau ada Sky Day kalau sesuai nggak deh.
Tanya nanti bang, tunggu round 2.
Nih 94 nih.
Dia bilang langsung bantai 9-13. Sudah, ini mode cenayang ini udah. Nih asal-asal maju nih nanti di C. Terus mati sama ini, sama Tenjet 2 ekor mati ya. Ditembak 2 kali. Dor.
Itu mah kalau kita main biasa kayak gitu, cok.
Mode cenayang nih. Tenjet dari belakang dapat nih 2 nanti. Dor. Terus
itu nampak kali gameplay kita Jo.
aku yang maju. Terus aku mati.
Itu nampak kali Jo gameplay. Bos aku mati, Bos. Kok nggak bisa nge-scroll mas aku?
Oh kan, di C kan? No, udah Cok, bener ini aku ini. Oh, cenayang ini aku. Nah, mati kan? Dapat satu tuh Zeken. Ah, dapat lagi 2 Zeken. Ah, udah jadi. Kayaknya dapat 2 nih, lihatlah. Kalau betulan betul lah. Cenayang betulan.
Bentar. Mouse aku udah bisa nge-scroll Cok.
Nice try, rusak.
Udah.
Udah jadi deng, Tejet mati ini mah. Kalah, Cok. Kalah. Oh. Oh kan betul kan dapat 2. Oh, cenayang aku betulan. Anjing.
Besok kau bukannya sadukun kau deh.
Oh no. Mati. Jadi
besok kau tak datang.
Jadi cenayang.
Mati. Betulan 2 tuh.
Jadi cenayang.
Benji mode serius tuh.
Is set up for Tense's redemption arc because at the beginning of the game is just absolutely on top.
Jadi cenayang.
Tenjet kita mode serius tuh. Biasa 94 sih kutukannya udah mulai ya.
Cenayang Jo. Serem Jo. Dah ini enggak boleh keluar rumah nih gue. Mati gue besok ketumburan Jo.
When Sentinels were forming this team, he said to the head coach, "Listen, I still want to compete. I still want to be the best."
Dapat 1. Betulan dapat 1 aku bilang kan. Dapat 2. Nah kan. Nih, dapat 1 lagi, dapat 2. Right. Jadi Zeken yang dapat.
I've seen Durga win 1v3s on Haven
Derke.
But I think this one
pakai sheriff tuh Derke, aku lihat Derke. Senjata sih udah kalah sih.
Ini dapat 1 nih Derke nih. Lihatlah. Kena timing nih, Zeken. Dar kena pala. Ini bermain aja.
Dia Cok kena timing Cok.
Di kill depth ada. Sabar dah. Tens muterlah. Why? Kalau aku udah puterin tuh anjing semua.
Ya kalau aku cuma udah puterin Cok.
Kesel dan aku anjing.
Tens is thinking about it though. Has to spread out again just in case Durka's made a mad dash to the opposite side of the map. But I don't think this one's going to be dangerous. I think actually Durka's at risk of not even dying.
Yeah, you don't want to save this weapon.
Saving
kena dong. Kena timing dong.
Mati. Tuh kan DP nge-kill.
Kena timing dong kayak gitu ceritanya, Bos.
Nih, betul, Cok. Langsung anjing nih. 9-13. Betul. Besok aku udah mau keluar rumah. Lihatlah. Nah lah, ini 11-13. Lihat, Cok. Sumpah. Cenayang aku, Cok. Betul.
Pankada.
Oh, Sachi player nih. Oh.
Udah first buy tuh mereka tuh.
Ini suruh Joe edit nih abis nih.
Cenayang momen tuh. Nih, Pankada dapat 2 nih. Enggak ada maju dia. Mundur. Bumbot aktif, pergi ke C 2 orang dari belakang, 1 orang nge-push dari depan. Derke. Cibotak tuh. Pedet. Ini bermain. PC-nya dapat kecuri. Nice try. Gila, push dari A semua. Ente nian. Ente. Nice try. Nge-flash diri dewe. Nice try.
And now things are getting horrible for Sentinels. They kind of need to just save 2 weapons into this round.
Wah, nice try Nancy itu. Wah, ente.
They got destroyed before they were
Karena yang aku udah mati.
setting up for
Udah habis.
11-13.
Udah kan dia bilang langsung bandai aja. Berarti 11-13.
Nah, full dah. Enji marah tuh, OP.
Udah dapet. Tenjet OP kayaknya. Bisa lah.
Oh, itu timingnya jelek nih sih tadi barusan. 2 kali tuh.
Itu phantom moment, Cok.
Itu ngebelain diri sendiri, Cok, bodoh.
Iya, makanya sayangnya. Second. Fnatic. Cenayang mode. Apakah ada dapat 1 harusnya? Oh, enggak, mundur dulu. Mau siung balik kabur. Dah, intinya ketahuan. Masuk free.
Kabur.
Sentinels opting to just completely get out of there, so they want to play for this retake now, but the weapons, like I said earlier, are just not good for it. I mean, Tens has got an operator.
And Sassy's also got no flashes. One is going to come back online at some point in the round, but they're really relying on Zekan's utility, and I would give Tens the rifle. Yeah, they have done that, actually.
Swapped it around, so Sassy holding the operator now. We'll see what Tens opts to do. Paranoia rips his way across.
Wah, nice try. Nice try. Nice try. Dia bermain 13-5 betulan dari awal yang betul XP3 ya. Emang omongan pertama yang benar ya.
And Boaster with memories of that final map of
Nice try.
on Haven,
where
Sentinels lifted the trophy in his head. With memories of that
Belum
going
13.
on in his head, he has delivered such.
Dan jangan sampai decider map, Cok. Itu, Cok, kita tunggu. Tapi Lotus, Cok. Bosannya, Cok, Lotus.
This is absolute.
Ini kalau match 2 menangnya dibantai aku nonton 3. Kalau menangnya 13-11 matiin streaming ngantuk aku. Besok kampus, Cok.
Saya bangun pagi.
This was a great map pick to start things off.
Nanti.
Ini apa? Ini kan?
Apa?
Fnatic kan?
Apa?
Fnatic nge-pick Heaven kan?
Habis
ini Icebox. Apa?
Split.
Split dan split kan Sentinel.
Split Sentinel. Nggak buruknya nah. Nggak jelek juga. Nggak bagus juga. Line up.
Wah, ini nonton Evra Jonas nih, Bas ini.
But I do think these short players need to be a little further forwards. Now they start moving their way forwards. They're into good space.
Trot. Kena semua. Terbang botnya anjing.
Updraft right round the corner, even the aftershock. Sublime placement of the utility. So well executed. And that double stack. The risky play by Sentinels here on their weaker buy does not pay off. Fnatic looking so damn ready to
bisa dari situ anjing.
set themselves up on map point.
What?
It looks sublime, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so good.
This guy cheating, man.
Fnatic are going to take that step closer to taking map 1.
Ente,
And it would have to be an almost impossible miracle run for Sentinels to mount any kind of comeback.
Gak mungkin, Cok, dia one tap semua orang, Cok, tiba-tiba, Cok, ini.
Are gorgeous. Brent, a lot of the times, super teams do not live up to the hype. It's obviously way too early to call it for any of the teams in VCT with the year just started. But I like what I'm seeing so far from Fnatic. They haven't just strung together a bunch of good players on their team. They've got a nice game plan and good ideas of the roles that and how the synergies are going to operate.
Yeah. Very nice from them. Replay that round as well.
Bagus, so ultinya.
This is do or die for Sentinels. This particular map.
The recon dart is also so good that Leo throws because if it gets broken, they breach ult. If it doesn't get broken, it clears out short and they know that they don't need to breach ult that position and they can save it. You know, there's serious thought process been put into this. And this is one of the things that Fnatic always does is start out tournaments with amazing ideas.
Yeah. Including this one, Shark Dart over the top. Land right at the front side of B, so that's going to be just clearing out all that utility. It was popped off early though, Durka. Updraft dash play. He is stunned up though for the moment. Even the darts are clear through the back of the site, but this is Sentinels that now need to answer with something else. They're close to a couple of ultimates with this plant. It's going off and there's no problems whatsoever. Now setting themselves up into the post plant. What an opening. With Zekan falling, you don't have that breach utility. And how do you win this?
Ooh.
Cosmic Divider cut the one side up. Tens.
Injet.
Seekers though going to be spreading out into the
Ih,
side.
lewat loh.
Is even missing this wall so difficult to try and burst through.
Udah ketahuan, Bu.
Flash to break through this. And time is ticking.
Bener.
Finally it regens, but already the fight being taken. Sassy trading out, winning it Pancada with the flank. Reflanking through, it's all down to Leo. One fight isolated, having a defuse. Sassy sticks it. The percentage play, there's no way you're sticking this away. Unbelievable.
Bodoh.
The absolute cojones on him to make a play like that.
All for W game. Real.
That duo just played so well.
Never mind.
Kalau kita yang main kayak udah kita bacotin itu ya.
I mean, when you are literally on that point, why not? Throw caution to the wind.
An unwinnable position for Sassy.
Siapa lawan siapa? Oh, Sentinel main ya? Dance. Kalah, Cok.
Kalah lah, jauh, Cok. Fnatic, Cok.
Oh, Fnatic jago ya? Kayak mana nih Senteng nih, kemarin udah kulatih, Cok.
Bantai-bantai. Senteng.
Kok agak-agak burik gitu ya?
Ya namanya streaming di sport.
He's had an easy one. The
Lihat
battle
banget.
is open out. A little bit too
Bisa,
wide.
Cok.
Drone tagging.
Cok.
It's going to push him back.
Bisa mati.
Swing there with that full
Nah,
fire.
map gua menang nih.
Aku udah menang, aku tidur bener anjing. 2-0, udah lah.
Map 2 menang dari
dibokong.
Nggak bisa sih, nggak bisa.
Salah, aku kill aja lah.
JJ. Udah 2-0 ya? Udah kalah dong. Oh, baru 1-0.
Good start in the series for Fnatic on their map pick.
Oh, berarti baru mulai.
From about the middle of the first half.
Jet kan harusnya gua pakai duelis Jet kan lah.
Lihat, Cok, anak-anak saya Fnatic serem semua, Cok, mukanya.
Oh iya.
Was so evident and looking super strong. Sentinels are going to be hard pressed to fight back on split here. This Fnatic team is not messing around. They're worthy of the title so far of Super Team.
Grafiknya udah kau besain ini, Prek. Coba besain, Prek. Ah, betternya.
Ini, Cok, paling seram anjing. Lawan 3 anjing, ha. Wah,
Oh, apa itu flicknya anjing? Sempat keding dulu tuh kan? Yang flick ke atas tuh tadi barusan.
Nengok booster.
Anjing Fnatic. Ya gitu.
Jauh, Cok.
Aku pikir Sentinels kuat, tapi Zelsis sampahnya udah di cloud ya.
Masih oke lah.
Tapi tidak sejago waktu Sentinel.
Udah lah, paling jago dia V1 lah.
Waktu di cloud sama Sentinel.
Sentinel kurang
lah. Aku udah tahu. Nggak, tapi dibandingkan cloud sama Sentinel, dia bagusan Sentinel.
Nggak, Cloud9 lebih bagus dari Sentinel. Nggak. Cloud9 lebih bagus. Iya. Sentinel kebanyakan badut. Kemarin pas ada dia. Badutnya 3.
Tapi Sentinelsnya jago anjing. Dulu ye di Sentinel ya?
Enggak. Ye optik.
Oh iya optik.
Ntar aku matiin lagunya ya. Copyright.
Oh, kau lagi streaming? Tapi waktu di
gak bisa, Cok, sumpah. Fnatic terlalu OP.
Tapi ye waktu di Cloud9 udah sangar nih, Cok. Gendong-gendong Jin kemarin.
Kalah anjing tetap. Nah, cek kita lihat ya.
Kalah kok ye. 2-1.
Iya, Cloud9 kalah.
Lawan Enar udah kan.
DRX
tuh.
Lawan DRX kalah.
Awalnya sih kebantai.
Dia
habis itu dibantai.
Bagusan Derex tapi mainnya. Derex tuh teamworknya kompak.
Udah dari kapan tahun, Cok, timnya itu, makanya kamu kompaknya.
Iya. Bas gitu-gitu.
Ini, Cok, aku sayangnya ini, Cok. Sumpah lah Talon bisa kalah, Cok.
Coba lihat Cloud9 sama Derex. Aku nonton kemarin Cloud9 sama Derex. Itu lihat si Ye pakai chamber kan? Enggak ada. Oh, itu tuh chamber tuh. Waktu Phoenix pakai itu. Wah, anjing one tap-nya sumpah. Digendong sama
nengok RRQ, Cok, badut. Kau lihat match RRQ. Mau lihat match RRQ.
Ada salah. Ampas pasti.
Apa namanya food. Kakak lihat ya. Benar. Mana sih?
RRQ siapa sih main?
Teh botol and friend.
Frody main enggak? Frody enggak BA ya?
Frody bukan anjing, Frody BA anjir. Ini. Ini badutnya lihat ya, Revorsi juga bukan RRQ, dia Dominatus. Nih lihat ya. 1 lawan 3 dah nih.
Ini RRQ 3 kan berarti?
Iya, RRQ 3 orang kan?
Gitu. Oh. Tengok sana semua, Bu. Tengok sono semua. Tengok terus.
Lihat skornya anjing. 4-13.
Malu, Cok. Dari kiri mau balik sangar sama mampus. Kemarin yang Zelsis pakai Phoenix terus si Ye pakai chamber tuh kegendong sama Ye. Kau tengok match MVP-nya si Cloud.
Kalau mau lihat itu gini. Mau nengok
Cloud9 pakai
mana?
Nah, si
3,7 anjing Fnatic lebih jago anjing jauh goblok.
Udah dibilang Sentinel tuh namanya lebih gede.
Mana sih? Oh ini. RRQ. Kok RRQ? Salah, goblok.
Derex anjing Derex lawan Cloud9.
DRX Cloud9.
Tuh. Iko tengok, Cok, statistik chamber. Wah, najis 16
doang anjing.
Itu headhunter jing. Masalahnya banyakan headhunter dia banyak Iko, Cok. Pada tengok headhunter di babi loh.
Jadi doang yang plus sama Zelsis yang lain minus parah.
Iya, Cok. Cuman Ye doang yang main udah dibilang.
Kau lihat, Cok. Inilah yang paling keren, Cok. Nih, mana RRQ. Oh shit, 10-18, 10-14.
Waduh. Si ten statistik killnya coba lihat.
Bagus dia.
Match pertama.
Top frag ya? Top frag.
No kecot sih. Cuman Sasi, udah ada lagi pemain lama ya, Shazam gitu-gitu.
Pindah G2 2 orang.
Siapa sih? Waktu sama Tens yang kompaknya tuh
Shazam, Dapper, Sik.
Oh ya Dapper,
Sik, Zoms. Itu yang paling bagus duluan tapi.
Dapper
ya ada. Dapper sama Zoms.
Oh.
Ini openan kok sumpah. Ini ya 1 sama ini bentar lupa.
Aku taunya waktu ini, Cok, waktu Shazam, Dapper, Tens, Jalsi sama satu lagi siapa ya?
Kan Peki.
Hah?
Kan Peki.
Ya kan
Bukan kali, ada satu lagi siapa ya?
Nih ya Kopen ya, lihat ya. Nih 2 orang nih, satu sama ini. Alfajer. Ini openan nih orang sumpah, padahal bukan dari mana-mana, Cok. Sumpah ini orang enggak jelas nih anjing. Sama ini emang dari dulu sudah jago Gambit.
Itu tuh Sentinel sama Optik ketemunya.
Lihat, Cok.
Waktu sama Tens.
Sekarang apa? Udah, belum.
Lanjut next. Lanjut.
Masih replay. Ya, ini apa lagi, Cok? Laut. Aduh, ini energi sayang nih, Cok, kalahnya.
Iya, Cok, kalah gara-gara gitu.
Sayang nih, Cok, kalah blunder, Cok.
Aspas sempat di ini dapat di
Aspas laut.
Oh, oh.
Zeta.
Perex balik ya?
Kalah dari awal lawan C9.
Ya.
Kalah Badu.
Turu 2-0 anjing.
Kalahnya ke RRQ. Ini tim secret. Kau OP woi. Lihat cok umurnya. Lihat kawan.
Anjing. Berapa itu ngeblur dia tuh?
1990.
Anjing.
1992. Gila. Udah. 9. Ini masih muda, Cok. Mukanya
paling muda berapa sih? Masih itu kan?
Jeremy.
16.
Ini muda nih.
Ada yang. Ada yang 16 tahun kalau tidak salah.
Kau 16 tahun. Kau lihat, Cok. Ini Fnatic Leo nih.
Siapa? Berapa? 19.
Masih lebih muda apa?
Oh iya, Avajar. Wah, 2005 anjing.
Oh iya,
Kau lihat mukanya kayak gini anjing. Dah, Cok, aku 2004 anjing. Aku lebih tua, muka aku lebih muda anjing. Kau lihat mukanya anjing. Nih.
Ini dia orang luar bangsa.
Lihat, Cok, kayak umur 28 anjing.
Dia orang luar bangsa.
Tapi kayak umur
28 tuh kayak mukanya tuh.
Lihat, Cok.
Orang luar emang kelihatan lebih tua. Kau tanya lah umur anak-anak umur 15 yang cewek-cewek pun udah bodinya udah
enggak apa. Tenjet mukanya kayak bayi tuh.
Ini orang Korea. Tenjetnya orang mana?
Kanada.
Si Kaide orang mana? Asli.
Jepang Kanada. Jepang half. Ingat aku, lupa.
Ya memang dia ada Jepang half ya.
Tapi Tens Tens lebih yang kelihatan kayak Jepang.
Mana anjing? Mana ada Jepangnya, Cok?
Nggak ada Cok Jepangnya, Cok.
Ada lah di.
Ada jauh. Ya, siapa sih?
Oh, Shroud dulu sempat Sentinel enggak sih?
Ada.
Ada kan? Iya sama Shroud. Shroud, Shazam, Dapper sama ini sama Ten sama Zalsis dulu aku nonton.
Nih lihat Furia nih. Nih si paling abang ganteng nih. Wow, jago nih orang sumpah. Sumpah ini anjing Cok jago Cok sumpah ini orang. Jangan salah Cok jago itu orang Cok. Wangtap
masih lama kan nih?
10 menit lah.
Oh udah.
Lagi pick. Nevermind lah itu masih lama lah.
Mau nengok pikan mereka.
I like that. You're like, hey, you know what? I'm down at the bottom, so the only place to go at this point is up.
Udah mulai, Cok.
Yeah, we're gonna be hopping into the agents
lagi
in a second. We saw Tens play Jet on that first map, but I'm wondering if they're gonna play instead of him on that Jet, maybe play Second on that.
Tens pakai Jet. Dulu zaman Tens pakai Chamber, Cok. Aku nontonnya.
Prime gaming agent select is underway.
Double duelist XBD Fnatic.
Si Sentinel juga double duelist.
Tenjet sage.
Suka nih aku kayak ini.
What the fuck?
Nih kalian muka-muka Tenjet tuh.
Metal Sage anjing calon-calon Metal Sage nih. Sage duelist nih.
Yeah, I tell you what, right now if you're a Sentinels fan, you definitely clenching the butt cheeks because this is definitely gonna be a bit of a banger here. Get ready for split. Are we gonna get a map 3? I want to see this one go all
No, don't map 3. I want to sleep, man.
Map 3.
Map 3 lah, map 3, bro.
No. I want to sleep so bad, man. I go to university tomorrow, okay? And not tomorrow, today, okay? Oh my god, this
tomorrow you in 11.
Tomorrow
you in 11 lah. It's not morning lah.
11
not morning lah, my friend.
Historically been strong or
pergi jam 8.
Kokis bilang minggu kan? Kita pergi kapan?
Iya.
Berarti 2 hari dong dari
sini.
Sehari lah.
Dia kan 28 baru balik.
Ya baliknya kan udah tahu kapan.
28.
Bisa pagi, bisa subuh. 27 dia balik.
Dia 26, 28 dia bilang.
27. Kan dia bilang ke aku 27 kok.
28. Katanya lagi. Kata dia bilang aku 2 hari di sini. Minggu sama Senin.
Minggu B27 jemput.
Minggu 26 anjing nengok betul-betul. Ini udah Sabtu.
Bukannya Jumat ini 25. Oh. Ya berdua malah aku langsung. Wow.
Kau Tenjet mati.
Tenjet pakai saja duelis lah kau anjing. Ide kali.
Double
udah bagus pakai dash. Pakai dash enaknya tadi.
Jet.
Udah bakal ke trade 2 tadi. Kalau udah nge-dash.
Muka depnya udah.
Ya kan?
Aduh anjing kalah lah udah ini. Aduh anjing lah.
Fix kalah, fix.
Dua anjing kalah aim lagi kan dia. Udah anjing lah. Turun bela, balik.
Tadi kalau Tenjet pakai ini enak, coba pakai. Walaupun body shot ya oke lah. Sasi. Clutch McD. Wih, Derek ini lagi on fire anjing. Tadi kalau Tenjet main limit pakai jet tuh, masih yakin aku nge-trade Raja doang. Iya, dapat 1 mati 1. Tenjet gak bakal mati, udah ngedes kan. Bisa jadi tidak mati lagi. Lihat. Oh.
Anjing masih di Vandal round 2.
Vandal full shield anjing, updraft back kurang seko. Full shield kan? Oh enggak ya.
Atit bang. Kena ucu.
Canda bang. Bulldog. Udah paling the best Bulldog. Judge udah paling the best.
Meeting.
Siapa tuh masuk?
Satu apa?
Halo.
Ada headset ke apa?
Tembak.
Bebas.
Wes. Canda bang. Benar.
Saya bisa kompe akun aku.
Kiri abang immortal.
Saya bisa kompe akun aku. Saya.
Lah aku nambah sama no.
Cado.
Lah.
Itu di akunnya di aku.
Yaudah.
Apa kurang satu sen.
Itu activity main.
Iya.
Main lah.
Apa main cok? Mau main apa cok?
Main.
Ada akun.
Kalau mau main lah.
Ada sen di atas enggak ya? Udah aku coba main lah.
Dibantai habis.
They all fall down.
Flawless.
Lurking through B main.
And those 3 kills from Chronicle.
Flawless bang, flawless.
Aduh, tidak ada map 3 nampak ya.
Very important.
Tidak.
Massive.
Nampaknya kita tidur cepat.
Kau mau main atau aku yang main nih?
Main lah, kalau mau.
Kau ada akun enggak XBT? Kalau ada aku yang main.
Main.
Ya udah. Buka atas.
Kalau lah mereka
Kalau
lah mereka mau main sama KTP.
And his fragging has never been in question.
Yeah, I mean he's been such a flexible player. Remember him trying out play. I believe it was Sova on split as well at times.
Oh yeah.
Ini kalau 3-0 lagi udah lain lah ini. Sumpah.
Not afraid to flex over to a variety of roles. But this is the investment round now from Sentinels. They've got guns online in their hands. Got to make usage of them now.
And look how much faith they have actually in Durka to just hold on to A heaven, sorry. So now Alpha comes to reinforce. They're going to play a bit of a retake setup if Sentinels burst into the site. And Alpha Durka are going to be fighting both incredibly good fraggers.
This heaven position, watched for. Flash goes all the way up top there. That is an instant trade, so Durka only going to be claiming the one. Double satchel across. Alpha could be the difference maker.
Arpajar
was not good, but he uses the cage to get back out of there. Site's going to be gained. All has to be used though, and Heaven doesn't really watch for there. Tens have the spike in his hand for the time. It always planned down without too much problem. Still, Fnatic, it maintains and held on to control of Heaven this entire time, and looking to reclear now.
Chronicle dapat 1.
Down into main. And Boaster holding this paranoia. This is a big play. Ready and waiting. It's going to be
Oh, enggak, anjing enggak ketahuan. Wah, nice try.
Anjing.
Wallnya sayang Nian,
What a big triple kill from Dev. But also fortunate that he was on the right side of that wall.
Wallnya pas Nian, Cok.
Knew that he wanted to go through it, and the timing just ended up being impeccable.
Untuk Dep. Anjing.
Untuk Dep bagus betul.
Big difference there too in terms of how Fnatic were approaching the retake. On Haven, we saw them strike immediately as soon as the plant went down, not giving Sentinels a moment to set up into a post plant. Whereas this time they
Dep itu beli hoki di mana, Cok?
set up, make sure that they're all approaching, but it lets Sentinels get a bit more comfortable.
Definitely some more hesitancy there.
Derke anjing Derke OP kayak bawa pandal anjing. Dar. Ah, nice try. Bisa tuh dapat 2 dari kali ketep.
Dia OP kayak bawa pandal kayak Forsaken langsung.
Udah dibilang.
OP bawa
Itu bisa dapat 2 itu kalau ketep tuh tadi. Dempet nih. Dar. Miss. Ya. Yuk. Flash kode, Dek. Aduh.
Tencet kita belum muncul, Cok.
Belum panas.
Pankada kayaknya mana Pankada nih.
Pankada di A, santai ya. Mati dong. Itu wall sage-nya sih. Wall sage. Itu kemana, Cok? Hah? Itu kemana, Cok? Oh, diganti. Nih, kau lihat ya. Itu. Lihat trapnya. Terbang. Dapat gol, Cok. Dibokong dong.
That's going to go down without too many problems, but this fight that's about to take place in main is so important. Pankada is going to meet him. Yep. Face to face with Chronicle. A lot of util still to try and push them back, but that snake bite is quite nice. Means it's not going to be anybody following up on the boom bot. Now to nade across though.
Dilempar granat.
Game going to be trying to delay both of the paranoia. Goes too wide actually, a little bit too high. Pankada's still alive in this one, and there's a crossfire setup. Re-swing. An adjustment of the aim finds the target, finds the mark. Alfie swinging across. Position is so now to Heaven, but Sassy reveals it still. Will they claim?
Itu Sassy nggak ketahuan, Cok, dari tadi.
That's going to be that second round on the board for Sentinels, and so far an even map.
And it's opened the door for Sentinels now too, because Fnatic
Nanti nggak terlalu OP.
The operator on Durka got shut down immediately.
Masih ada kemungkinan tidak tidur ini.
Sassy coming up with the goods in the post plant. Really nice stuff. That duo again, the defending champion duo of Sassy and Pankada, so solid, really difficult to get through when they're set up and in position. Sentinels now should have an opportunity to start building up a few rounds. Major pressure though with Durka. Pops the Blade Storm and they go for something really aggressive, driving everybody into Alpha, who has a Bucky on B.
So I like this idea from Fnatic. On their weaker buy, obviously the need to try and force positions, but Sentinels are not wasting too much time with this one. They actually pop the Seekers off into mid.
Wah, Tenjet.
Uses it. Okay,
Wah, Tenjet.
Wall finds 2. Straight away opens it up. There's going to be no danger of any cheeky kills from Alfia anymore. Still, Chronicle getting onto Heaven is smoked off for the time being, though. Does have that bulldog in his hands, but Sassy also watching the flank.
Udah. Kenapa TT timingnya bagusnya, Cok? Pankada ngamuk, yuk.
Clean. Bangdak. Ding.
Mana nih Fnatic ini?
Bang, main. Gila dance
That's the second time that when he walls out into B, he's been on top of it. And obviously gets a great finish there. I'm wondering if Fnatic are going to start reading into this.
Nice try, Bang. Belum balik, Bang.
Second di sini.
It's been quite slow by Sentinels. You're seeing really glimpses of that exit attack side calling from Def in the past when he's played on this map.
Definitely agree. Look at where the cam is as well from Althea though. Pancada's kind of
0-3
Pancada and
kah
Sassy have
adik-adik.
baked a bit of pressure up
Aduh,
towards
masa
A heaven,
2-1
but
sih?
Althea knows that it's not real.
2-0
And that's
lah.
going to allow Durka to rotate.
Dia cuma tidur.
They can just leave the whole of the A side to Althea.
Gue liat tuh skopnya kebuka terus kok. Bagus. Nggak salah sih, udah pasti one tap cuy itu.
Familiar play to what Sentinels were trying to do on Haven quite a bit. They throw a bit of util out, just compact up. This wall's going to be
Orang wall di situ ya?
That gives Sentinels a ton of space though.
Gak tau ya, harusnya nggak ada wall situ sih. Tahan be, tahan.
Anjing.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
Ten ngecit.
Terbang.
They crumble.
Dia kan terbang.
Ten ngecit. Cek his computer. Itu cok. Plan yang ini. Kita akan plan kayak itu.
Iya iya.
Karena aku suka itu. Jadi kau bisa ngepick dari itu.
Dari hebeng. Dari main.
Makanya enak tuh.
2023 really is the year of redemption for this guy. You know,
Lah,
he's playing on a map
Al-Fajar.
where
Oh, saya
we
pick.
spoke about it. Historically, his performances were never good. This map always haunted him in the past, but
Aduh, Pancada kayaknya agak-agak sabar gitu ya.
He's had occasional performances where he goes nutty on
Hujan lagi,
check,
Bang.
but his team still looks scrappy. His raise was never that great, and there were a
Itu
lot
Pancada
of
kalau maju dapat tuh.
narratives
Nggak
about
dapet
him being
mati
poor
dia.
in elimination matches and stuff as well. Frankly, the guy just has a
Ini
Nggak
nge-step
pas
nggak?
ya?
Ini ke-step nih dia nanti.
size
Enggak.
of the audience that he commands.
I mean, the guy set the standards for star level performances in 2021.
But I like
Lompat.
what he's doing there, and I also think that was
Lompat dong.
a bit
Berani dia.
ill-advised from Fnatic to be challenging this
Woi.
Anjing ngecit coy, itu harus dicek dulu komputer itu.
Duh anjing. Aduh, pasti aku marahin dia jadi ngamuk kan dia kata dah. Duh anjing.
Time out.
Time out lah anjing kayak gitu jelek kali kak matinya double kill kayak gitu.
Because they were only given the sliver of an angle to play around with that one way.
It's not a one-way that really favors the defenders that much. And yet they decided to fight it until the very bitter end. I much prefer a one-way that's deeper in B main. And I'm sure that Fnatic will, put that one-way up again and fake as if they're challenging him. Boaster needs to make some kind of adjustment here. Fnatic call a timeout. Having an opportunity to...
Udah COVID lagi satu kau Fnatic.
The Cypher is getting good information behind the Viper fakes. They should have a decent idea about where Sentinels are trying to finish. But they need to make sure that they don't lose players too early. For example, when Durka walked down mid and then she lost a player off the rip. And then where Tens grabs 2 in B main. Because they're not actually forcing Sentinels to go for big site execs. They always have an advantage by the time they're hitting the site. And that's a big difference compared to Haven, where I think Fnatic had 13 of the first kills.
Which obviously makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
If you're heading into most rounds of an advantage like that, playing a 5v4. But off the back of this timeout now from Fnatic, they look to invest a bit of those weapons. Boaster on the weaker buy, half armor across the board as well, so not the most ideal of situations, but we'll see if the adjustments come through, like you were saying, Josh. Maybe a bit slower play from Fnatic, but already a tempo shift.
Sassy has been using this dog, though, every time. So this doesn't feel any different for Fnatic, up until they all burst out this smoke.
Which is right now, you're going to see the double satchel.
Wow.
Oh, what is that?
Wow.
Absolutely unbelievable. And the crossfire set up, Althea ready to bail it out, just as Sentinels try and collapse into the site. Space being gained, Pancada does hold, but still, no one's dealing with Althea. Just walks into the smoke like ships in the night, but this time Dev was aware of it.
And that might have given an opportunity for the two Smokes players on Sentinels to clutch.
Ay,
The
tapi
spike, though, is in such a
spike
horrible
ni jelek nen
position.
cok.
And a triple crossfire. The camera's still up. Everything is stacked against Sentinels.
XBT jangan tidur XBT.
Udah ini lagi deh, DJ bang, bentar bang.
Open dream, still the camera's going to spot the
Ya ketahuan.
See that wallbang angle? That's just off the cam.
Landing.
Kau lihat cok tadi.
It out and you wallbang him through the box there.
Derka lewatin 2 orang aja.
That exchange of fire. 28 seconds left. How do you find an isolator fight here, Fnatic?
Sorry. Nampak dong, Pancada.
Does he not spot him?
Kau lihat bos.
He does, but good movement from Leo. The wider swing, Pancada wasn't ready for it, and Althea, what a cleanup from that guy. I mean, firstly, let's just adjust I mean, I don't know. We got to talk about that first shot from Durka. Show me a replay of something because that was. I mean, I was speechless.
That really is superb. And he knows where Zekken is going, so there's a bit of anticipation in that as well. It's not just pure tracking. He knows that he's trying to land on the high ground, but it's still such a gorgeous shot. And Durka and Alpha, just playing off each other perfectly. That's something in and out. That is the first time that A setup has properly been tested, where they're ready to receive it. In one of the previous rounds, they did go A, but Alpha was trying to get back into the site through elbow, and they didn't quite know what was going on. I'm not sure Sentinels are going to go for heavy hits, but I do think they could still follow this dog and try and control A. The camera again in a really nice spot from Alpha.
Opting into that mid control though from Fnatic with the operator in the hands of Durka. This time they fight it. Still Pankata. Look at that deep position. Does he know the camera's there? Oh, wait. The approach! Wow. Okay. What? I mean, just should never have been favored in that fight yet. Comes out relatively unscathed. I mean, dropped to 27 health, but the kill claimed, and that's the important part.
And since the timeout, all of these first fights have been going the way of
Cok, ini kameranya bagusnya nih.
Good information here too. Leo's walled off B main, so they're not too worried about that. They can put a lot of focus towards B heaven. I'm not exactly sure though why Chronicle is leaving right now. Okay, now he returns. Just in time, I think.
Play being set up though. Fnatic, massive advantage.
Flash dulu dong, kenapa maju dulu? Cekin.
Paranoia in an A to push them back. Wall not even close to fading here. 30 seconds left. Interesting angle. The Tens is looking for a clean shot into this one. Jump peek by Chronicle.
Nah, ente dibantai dari kiri.
Now time running so damn low. Only 18 seconds left in the round. What a flick from Sassy.
Di atas tuh.
Anticipate the second player up top though. Drop down. That's posted close. And fight still being won out. It's down to Tens. Spike has to be picked up, and the pressure is on. Isolates one more fight. What is that?
He's just got
spare. Yeah, he does indeed. Durka solo though. Rotating around. A heal's going to be used. Back up. Healthy. Still in that 1v1. Isolating the angle, and Durka is just waiting it out. Locking down the angle on top of the box with that operator. Has the dash. Waiting to see what he can do. Crawling down the ropes, not making any noise. And it's just going to be a game of reactions. Who spots who first?
Wah, menang
Out and Tens delivers. The final blow.
Tenjet, I hacking love Tenj.
Performance. Tens has been masterful on this map.
Twitch lebih enak, Cok. I hacking love Tenj katanya.
Sama bahaya nih.
Fast showstopper play right up close. And these fast plays when you throw them in, just how slow.
Coba aku buka
rounds have been played. Of course they're going to be capitalizing. Of course they're going to be coming up with the goods.
Oh, memang dari sananya, Pre.
Hah?
Memang dari streamnya. Begitu. Ini aku juga gitu.
Oh, emang chatnya, Cok.
Hah?
Chatnya juga bilang nge-lag semua. Oh, ternyata bukan salah aku dari tadi.
Enggak, dari sananya.
Nah, kira aku yang salah Cok dari tadi.
Nah, aku kira aku nge-lag, Cok.
Iya, aku kira aku nge-lag.
Waduh,
ini
muka
apa lagi?
ganteng. Kayak technical. I
hacking love that guy. Cok, ini Sentinel Fnatic, Cok. Why broken anjing? Mending kau broken di RRQ kemarin, jing. Sumpah, mending kau broken di Alpha Jare sampai ngedep deh, Cok. Habis ini pasti technical nih habis ini.
Ya
Solek. Oh my god, I get 10 man. Ning, viewersnya turun jauh langsung.
Pasti pindah YouTube. Terus itu belek gitu juga, ngelek juga.
Mata-mata anjing.
Ini ngapain anjing lompat-lompat?
Ngecek hebeng. Oh, tiba-tiba nge-flick. Anjing.
Memang Tenji kan gitu, dia nge-flick.
Enggak, Cok, ini ngeleknya parah-parah, Cok. Ngelek ini. Nah. Tiba-tiba ke muka dia anjing.
I hacking love Tenj. Technical sih, mau tidak mau technical ini.
Technical ini pasti. Tidak. Sumpah. Bro. Bro, what the fuck, man? Technical lah. Woi, technical. Apa benda ini ya? Riot kontol. Sumpah nonton kayak gini kayak mana, cok? Coba kita balik YouTube ya.
Sama B kayaknya.
Peter. Udah, never mind. Bermain. Thanos attack. Mending balik tuh. Bro, what the hell, man?
Coming around the corner, just contacting in. Yeah, and that kill is quite far out in the open there. We'll see what can be done. Leo does have a res available, but already that pressure's being applied to him. Starting to squeeze him. Nade.
Wah, anjing, jadi tidak bagus momennya babi.
Bro, jadi jelek.
Tiba-tiba saya kena situ. Sudah tidak seru.
Tidak seru, Cok.
Ente. Kayak gini, mending kita yang main Valorant. Ini.
The cages are working, the trips are working, the positions he's playing are off his teammates. And just relying on that ability to take duels and win them. Fnatic get a fourth, and they save themselves from another eco. I'm liking the Cypher setups as well that they're going to.
Waduh, momennya rusak, Cok, momen Sentinel, Cok, gara-gara ngelek-ngelek.
Lebih parah lagi, Cok.
Wah, technical sih habis ini, tak mungkin tak sih. Brazil internet kalian kenapa Brazil?
Sentinel, Cok. Kita lihat tarik, coba apa yang dibilang tarik.
Can he crack this open in A heaven with Sassy? Pressure now on Durka. Tiger on angle, watch for.
Must have a live feed.
Onto the side.
Dia tidak masalah, Cok.
Sentinels move. Making sure to try and
Tarik dah bodo amat tuh.
Instant trade.
Orang dalam Riot.
It's so strange though. Durka just controls the main entrance into A. The spike.
Ya kena bokong. Dia kan kena bokong. Hari-hari kena bokong. Hari-hari kena bokong. Hari-hari kena bokong. Hari-hari kena bokong. Aduh, anjing nih, ini tidak seru, Cok.
Mana Tench? Biasanya langsung one tap tuh, Tench.
Aduh. Hari-hari kena one tap. Hari-hari timing mati dia. Oh tidak. Hidup, Cok. Ya, hari-hari kena timing. Hari-hari mati.
Alah.
Hari-hari nge-lag. Hari-hari mata-mata.
Ini nonton apa, Cok?
Nggak tahu.
Masa tak technical sih sekarang?
Technical lah.
Kayak mereka tunggu 66 deh buat technical.
Woi. Kau lihat chatnya, Cok. Real. Gak technical.
The side where both comps are probably the most comfortable. But both teams need as many as they can right here. Durka with an operator looks to take an early. He knows that Sassy's been dogging it every time. See what happens here. It's early fight. So important. Seekers forces out the first shot, has to back away, including the dog. Removes all that util. Going to be clearing the way for them. Boombot and a nade. The double satchel play this time.
Tiba-tiba mati anjing orang satu. Tiba-tiba mati orang satu. Apa yang dilihat, Cok? Oh, ya what the fuck. Udah, disuruh tidur XBT.
Kayaknya Cok.
Looks primed and ready for them to just make it a nice even
So
score
how to watch this man?
It's going to be pushing
Bro,
away, dropping down, a flick of the wrist from Tens, not able to find it. Satchel up top, one more kill found, Pangala, the pressure is on, and it's just unable to finalize it, to put it away, put it to bed. Fnatic,
mati dia.
they're going to be making it 6-6.
Ketawa dia anjing.
Big performance from Fnatic to get back into this one. Join us dead level at the half. The next half is going to be everything for Sentinels. Both teams need to win here,
Oi.
but only one can.
Technical. Oi.
Hey, technical oi.
Oi, technical oi.
We're gonna go to a break here, a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with the next half, where we'll show you the remix
Oi,
version of
technical oi.
Sentinels Fnatic.
Mau technical deh. Udah kan? Lagi perbaiki tuh, lagi perbaiki.
Ya 4 menit teknikal lah ini. 4 menit teknikal lah. Aku jadi pengen main Valo jadinya, babi. Kampus.
Kalau nonton kayak itu jadi pengen cuci. FK bentar lah, 4 menit. Aduh. Ngelek kayak gitu.
Masih ngelek. Enggak main udah.
6-6 sih, harusnya masih bisa menang itu. Sentinel, ayo Sentinel.
Bang, tidur bang, kalah aja bang.
Saya dukung Sentinel kok, tenang saja.
Kalau menang kalah juga terus saya tidur bang.
Menang kalah, nonton aku tuh.
Menang kalah, udah dong bubar anjing kalau kalah.
Kalau kalah bubar, kalau menang lanjut. Gitu aja yuk. Buka lagu dulu lah. Oke, gampang-gampang aja. Kalau menang lanjut, kalau kalah udah turun.
Please jangan ngelek-ngelek lagi.
Kenapa Spotify ku ke pause? While transmitting audio. Enak dia lah. Suara lagunya masuk ya?
Masuk apa? Aku matiin lagu.
Enggak, suara lagu. Ya aku masuk ya?
Enggak.
Kok di sini mikrofon aku gak gerak kalau aku buka lagu?
Petir-petir. Mute gitu.
Hey everyone, we just want to let you know that our team is aware of the stuttering issues that are affecting the broadcast. Just to be 100% clear, it is not impacting the players on stage whatsoever, which is the most important thing, hands down, and we hope to have a fix as soon as possible. We thank you all so much for your patience. We hope that regardless, you're still enjoying the matchup, and we thank you so much for joining us here back in the analyst desk as we get ready to discuss what we just saw in that first half, because you know what?
Playback pause while transmitting audio.
First half, not gonna lie. It was looking all right for them so far, but I just got word that we are going to be jumping back into game. So apologies for that. Let's actually send it back over to the casters and get into the action, and then we'll talk about it later.
All right, back in the action, and hopefully not too much stuttering. Sorry about that. I was chewing on the cables earlier. A little bit hungry.
Dah ya, jadi dah fix.
The match that matters now here between Fnatic and Sentinels. Map
Udah
number
di fix
2,
nih.
of course, is the Sentinels that need to take it.
Anjing, tapi cok skornya tetap derke cok 13-7.
In the tournament.
Sentinel belum ada yang nyentuh double digit cok.
It's gonna matter so much.
So important. A lot of time for these teams to think about.
Sentinel kebanyakan kalah ini. Kalah flawless.
A lot of players of Fnatic just grouped up. Double duelist play. It excels. Just fast burst into the side, a bit of a jumping from Tens. Not sure if he saw them there. Smoke going to be placed now up into heaven. Paranoia also primed.
Wah, wallnya keren.
Wall. It's interesting. Yeah, blocks them off.
Timingnya nanti ya.
Removes one of the available
Nggak,
positions.
Wah.
Counter wall play. What a play to make and what a call in the moment. Still, Fnatic overwhelming them. Sentinels just did not look ready for that one.
2 players left alive, Zekken and Sassy. Can they make it work here? They're in great positions to deny the plant, and the pressure is actually on Fnatic.
Yeah.
But Zekken's just so out in the open. And his crosshair placement, there's no way he knows where anyone's coming from.
No one holding that angle, so Chronicle just contact pushing all the way up.
Ente aku bilang bener lah.
Spike should be able to go down without too many problems, but
there's one of the walls.
It's Fnatic just waiting right now for the walls to fade away so that the rest of the team can help them out and get that clean plan off. There you go.
Fnatic with this pistol round are going to be starting some serious momentum unless Sassy.
Mereka pistolannya bagus kok.
But I think it's just far too much.
Nice try.
Let's
go Fnatic.
I feel like this
Pengen
is
tidur kayak itu deh.
The amount of times we've seen him caught out is brutal for a player of his caliber. The coordination and the game plan just helping all of the Fnatic players stay on the same page a little more than Sentinels, who we've seen players get caught out and not be able to find the value. No force buy either from Sen, so they're just accepting that Fnatic are going to go up 8-6.
Playing it safe, heavy presence from them in towards mid, but Fnatic, a great opener there, claiming that pistol round. You can see this and that, maybe that dash engage, up draft up over the top, so they're looking to try and create some space, but Sentinels are not wasting any time already, making sure that they can fight them. Could be a swing attempt now through into main, jiggle of the movement there, but both are not really being baited out too much, and a shot to the chest will do it just from the Marshal in that moment, cleaning up these players one after another, working towards building those ultimates.
I want to talk a little bit about how these compositions work though, because Sentinels comp is going to focus really heavy on mid control.
What happened tiba-tiba?
Viper walls, you know, nades, so much stuff.
What happened?
Probably not going to be able to get mid control. very often.
Tiba-tiba round ini selesai. Aku tidak lihat.
Bursting out through one of the choke points really quickly and applying a lot of pressure to the player.
What happened? I don't see anything, man.
Teams have slightly different goals in terms of which area of the map they want to control. This is going to be our first test. Sentinels. They've got to come out on top here if they want a chance at continuing in this bracket. This was their map pick.
It's the one they have to win out, but Fnatic would put out into early obstacle for them in the entirety of Lock-in, and we talked about the hopes and dreams of this Fnatic squad, this Fnatic team, including Boaster. This guy who's just had his eyes on a trophy for so long.
That is a really nice timing on the wall from TenZ. Like I said, Fnatic wanted to burst through the choke points, and they were just starting to group up on A. I think they actually could do the same thing again, though. All get close, Leo walls up, and then they explode off the back of that. See what choice they end up making.
Mau lagi lompat dia.
Not making any noise.
If they do go for that, look how much pressure that's going to put on Sassy.
Turan mau lompat lagi.
Sassy has to back away from this one. Quick dash.
Never mind, Sassy.
Durka nails the shots.
I think Durka was the only person on the wall. He had to win that.
When it he does, side's going to be claimed now for Fnatic. What an opener for them. Sentinels left grasping in this one. How do you try and salvage this situation? Do have positioning onto A ramp. You've got to clear through all this utility. Screens also is there for them. And look at Alpha.
Apa ini? Belum kelar ke?
Masih kena anjing.
Nice. Alpha just has the precise positioning. Second just cannot catch a break right now. And layers on layers. Crosshair placement.
Nice try, Sentinel.
Save. You just have to back away. You need to keep the rifles moving into the next one, but settling.
Fnatic
feels like this map in this series might just be falling away, crumbling beneath them.
Fnatic.
Turu gaming.
Massive for them. They're going to have a balloon. Let's go. Sentinels are put up against the ropes here.
Pak lah, Fnatic. Kelarin lah
Their
Fnatic.
defensive game plan.
Dimoron lagi Fnatic.
Because Fnatic have the ability to get up, over, and around that wall. The wall is supposed to give them some semblance of control in A main and allow them to rotate their players off to the other side of the map. But when Fnatic is so happy to just use their own wall to get over it, or updraft dash, blast pack, whatever, they have so many tools to be able to get around that obstacle that it means TenZ's utility is not quite as useful as it otherwise would be against other teams, other comps. Def is going to be hard-pressed to come up with an answer to this.
Time might be taken.
Looking for answers from the coach as well.
I mean, this is a good timing for it as well, when it looks like Fnatic are sailing away with the potential win here on their map pick.
And the most important thing is that the Sentinels players are in position to receive Durka. I would normally say Durka and Chronicle, but Chronicle hasn't been playing that aggressively on the attack side yet. Durka is way out in front. If they can shut down Durka with good anchoring, a smoke, a pull, whatever utility you want to put in there, but be ready to receive him. If they can shut down Durka, they'll rip off the tip of the spear, and Fnatic are going to be a bit stunted on these pushes. But I think that's a lot to ask. Durka has been in unbelievable form in this series so far. He's currently 18 and 8. He's just feasting. The only times we've seen him punished is when he just walks around with an op.
He's been a true difference maker. One away from that ultimate as well, but you are right. It's going to be the key for them. Putting a stop to these dash engages.
Let's go.
Finding a way around it.
A lot of the time, that is going to mean that Sentinels need to give space. When Fnatic invest really heavily, they need to walk backwards and absorb some of that aggression. Alpha is looking to absorb aggression over at A main right now.
Oh, trying to take the fight there, Sassy. A wider swing, but the weapon not good enough for it. Sheriff in play, and that's an instant answer. Look at this from Fnatic.
A good mid-round call.
Yeah, players.
Bang, sana nengok skor teman.
Neural Theft going to be giving great information as well. On top of this,
sudah.
tries to reposition.
Nice try, Sentinel. Good game, well played.
Ultimate, giving them that kill.
TenZ might try and make a play though. Trying to go for that crouch jump onto the corner. Definitely
mau nyoba dia nggak bisa.
Some circumstances, but the weaponry is just so poor right now for Sentinels.
Yeah, and Def and Pancada need to save here, or they need to save at least one of the rifles. Pancada actually can buy into the next.
Nice try.
So maybe he's just trying to keep the Fnatic economy under wraps, but
itu
gelinya dah too much damage.
I mean, sailing away with the game.
Wih, kok itu akhirnya bisa?
You nailed the jump peek then, Tens, but
nice try.
Tries to go for a cheeky little peek there, maybe rip
Dari
the head
tadi
off,
kayak bisa lompatnya
Leo
nih.
might die. Oh no, he just gets away, safe in his corner, and that is not even a set plan from Fnatic at all, right? That is Boaster making a mid-round call that, all right, they're getting aggressive on A. We're set up to punish them with Doga and Alfia, so now there's going to be an opening. Let's exploit that. I like the balance of set stuff with the mid-rounding the Fnatic's bringing out.
I could be wrong, but Doga, I'm pretty sure just...
Apa, Cok? Tim kita dukung kalah semua, Cok.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Kecuali dari EXO, dapat betul lah itu.
Okay, no worries, they don't need it.
Cuma di RX yang kita dukung menang.
Adjustment made though, Sentinels. It's going to be the Satchels. Working their way forwards, Fnatic. Trying to gain control of this. Slow orb at the feet. The players in a choke point.
Buset.
So interesting. What a...
Wah. What? Sachi. Lihat atas kau, Sachi. Dia terbangin gitu anjing.
Bisa nih.
Bisa gila.
Ya 3 lawan 2 bisa nih menang. Alah bodoh lah, udah lah.
Bisa gila. Bisa gila emang. Ente kan one tap.
Mati tuh. Opik. Aduh.
Oh, bisa. Ini casternya emang enggak ngomong kan?
Iya. Teknikal lagi nih kayaknya.
Lah ente dong.
Lah
ente dong. Lah.
Bodoh. Aja masih lebih pintar kita main, Cok, kalau gitu, Cok.
Enggak sih. Enggak tahu sih. Gamenya Fnatic.
Kita juga enggak mungkin lompat ke orang goblok gitu, Cok. Terus goblok gitu, Cok.
Sekarang suara casternya hilang anjing. Let's go.
Udah selebrasi tuh.
Udah lah. Hilang kameranya sekarang. Udah lah main ranked ini udah. Sudah kayak main ranked.
Ini bayangin kalau lagi nonton POV orang mereka kayak gini, Cok.
Iya. Ini kita jadi coach sudah ini. Kamera KT.
Jadi coach sudah jadi coach. Jadi coach.
Ini
booster.
Wih.
Aduh, pan KD nih.
Pan KD nih. Ente lah udah.
Nah, betul lah tim aku ini Sentinel nih. Bodoh lah.
Ente.
Babang Tenji kita Cok lagi tak panas, Cok. Trigger disiplin. Bapak dia.
Finally flawless.
Trigger disiplin kalau dari Pangkade.
Oh, malu, Cok, malu. Orang-orang Sentinel mukanya dinampakin malu.
Anjing kok ditutup langsung panas, Cok.
Malu dia.
Ulah, Cok.
Mulut. Cok, kenapa Sentinel?
Mending dari tadi kayak gini, Cok, tutup kamera, matiin suara caster, Cok, langsung panas, Cok, Sentinel. Deh, rame. Fnatic maksudnya kencang, Cok.
Udah ada nengok kiri kanan lagi, Cok. Mati menang. Tadi ada suara caster.
Enggak ada.
Kan gigit. Booster. Wah.
Bye-bye.
Still win.
Enggak lah, 3-2.
3-1.
Tinggal
Udah
satu.
ada suara penonton udah ada nih. Nah, ente dong. Kalah dong. Nah, ente. Wah, nice try. Good game well played. GG next. Let's go play. Ya, main ya.
Dah, ngantuk ya, ngantuk.
Udah, maksudnya GG next play. Yuk main ya. Itu map baru. Siapa sih? Furia lawan siapa?
Furia lawan Iwan.
Udah lah, GG next.
Udah tag mode terakhir pula kau. Kalah.
Nunda balik.
Jam 3 kan baru kan?
Iya, jam 3. Nunda balik rumah. Nunda balik rumah dulu. Bye Sen, tidur. Bye Sentinel. Kewew. W L muted guys again.
Jauh sih tapi Fnatic sama Sentinel.
Jauh.
Aimnya aja kelihatan sekali, Cok.
Jauh. Aimnya jauh. Udah kayak main foot sama RRQ kemarin ini. Aimnya.
Ini bayangin kita lawan Radiant kayak inilah.
Enggak, Cok. Ini kita silver ketemunya anak-anak diamond.
Diamond masih gampang.
Enggak, kita silver, anak-anak silver goblok itu. Kayak gitu, Cok. Kayak gitulah hitungannya. Yang di silver satu orang juga yang jago, Cok. Tembakannya. Yang lain cuma datar. Yang panjang
Lu pasti kalah sih.
Ente anjing. Kita dapat satu. Ente.
And the swings are there, good trade in action, but the pressure is more than enough right now. Fnatic, they make it nice and even. 3v3. Boombot destroyed, another nade sailed right past them. And the wall just intersected, causing all sorts of troubles. To the back of it, Tens was just so unaware of this online. And this is shambolic. Sentinels left.
Dah mati
in
kena one tap.
2v4 all on Sassy and Zekken.
Ente nice try. Dor.
We'll find one of the targets, gets them into the site, but a crossfire.
Imagine.
And a massive play needs to be made. Showstoppers back round the corner.
Imagine.
The beam down from Sassy, and it's all down to Leo. What a miracle play, what a miracle performance. But Leo, he might just end it. Left down to the 1v1. He has to kill him and he won't do it. The whole
Why?
ended in a flash. As Sentinels are sent home and the Fnatic super team are looking primed and ready to continue in lock-in.
What an insane way for the match to finish. Sentinels did
everything
kalahnya
jelek
with Sassy and Zekken
Dari itu bisa menang loh, Cok.
to make us such a winnable 2v4. And it gets
Kita bisa menang, sumpah.
moment from a player unfortunately not even on the stage. What a game though, and what an opener for Fnatic, showcasing that they are here to win. We said it, Brent, at the beginning of this year. If Poster can't lift the trophy,
orang nge-cheat, Cok, sumpah. Kopit buff anjing.
they are on a hunt.
Dia setiap kali nge-kill nge-tap dulu anjing.
And that first major obstacle, massive matchup in the first round of matches against Sentinels, of course. We will have to say goodbye to them. We sent home winning this one, a brutal format, but pressure's on from the get-go. Tense situations, tense matchups between them.
And it is going to be a long-term project. Sentinels are aiming for champs at the end of the year, but they have a fan
Coba
base.
saya judul saya hilang nonton sampah.
Kita gini, Cok. GG Fnatic, NT Sentinel.
Apa tuh?
Post IG GG Fnatic, NT-nya Sentinel.
Ini apa anjing?
Piring, Cok.
Ya iya. Mau
And I've got to
tidur.
be honest with you, I don't know what that celebration was. I mean,
could not make that one out.
comments on a postcard, send them in with hashtag VCT Lock-in. Oh, oh, it's served up on a plate, on a platter. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws for it.